Oh, what spicy tunes we have today. Hello. I look, it freaks out for a second. Like, I almost think the mic is... Not the mic. This thing. That's a microphone that we're looking into. Dear God. The camera's backwards for a moment. I have no idea. Whatever. Shit looks cool. All I know. And jumping into the sneaky room. I am here. Beep, beep, beep. My robot?
Nope, you're good.
Hell yeah, I'm a real human being.
Unfortunately.
Don't worry. It's by choice. Alrighty. I got everybody's good bits pulled up. Oh. There we go. I cut off Ryder's skills. That's a problem. Hey, how much can I squish is the question. How squishy can I make this bad boy? Pretty squishy. Alright, I don't want to squish it too much. Alright, we'll shrinky dink this bad boy for now and kind of throw it in the corner. I'm not entirely sure. Alrighty. So, we shall indeed be... Oh my god, I have like 100 windows open. Pain. Okay.
Not enough.
No, dude, I have so many windows open right now. It's absolutely bonkers, to put it lightly. Alright, well, I technically don't need to see the music. It just can do its thing in the background, as it does. Alright. Welcome back, folks, to our something session of fate and space and whatnot and all that wonderful gravy and jazz. Let's see. Oh, yes. I have located my brain hole, and I shall now dispense the information that I wish to give to my players. Alright, we shall pick up with the Kabuto, soaring through space as it does. Georgiana at the helm. Ryder and Nara, what are you two doing? We're cruising on around through space. We'll say we're headed back to Stroy, the first rocky planet we went to with Teves Terrace. We're going to pick up a new bounty. This one promises to be extra spicy. So on the way there, what are y'all doing?
Is there anything that needs fixing on the ship? Not necessarily fixing by everyone else's standards, but mine.
Potentially,
How do we get food?
I would say you guys normally just purchase it. Depending on how... So obviously you guys would just need to pick up occasionally. I would say with the ship's updates, the Kabuto, it's not as advanced as the Star Trek, what are they called? Replicators. It's not as advanced as a replicator, but they're very similar. Standard, the replicator in this world, this universe, would basically just spit out effectively just nutrients, and you would either drink it or eat it. The taste is questionable, but it is a universal, for the most part, because it can't fit everybody, of course, a mostly universal, vitamins and such. But because of the engine you brought to the Kabuto, it has evolved it over time, and occasionally when you ask for something, it doesn't necessarily... Okay, we'll put it this way. It gives you what you want, but it gives you something more. So if you say, just give me the usual slop or what have you, because you guys can cook...
usual slop.
Yeah. It might spit out something that is similar to a burger.
Not slop?
Not slop. It actually is real food. Which of you would be the cook? Can any of you cook?
Not if we have the replicator thing. That's not a replicator.
True. I guess prior, would any of you have been cooks?
I cook sweets. That's
you
it.
cook sweets? Do you bake sweets?
Job? Yeah.
You bake sweet. Well...
I mean, come on,
Bird.
The bird makes real food, oh my.
Yep.
Do we occasionally get feathers in our food?
Nope.
Wow.
He's a professional.
He's a professional.
Yeah. All right, what were you saying, Nara?
Even professionals get hairs in there.
I'd either like to work on making the food thing a little more reliable.
Okay.
Or I'd like to, I don't know, mess with something just to be annoying.
So I will say in general, with this system in this world, you guys have full reign over... So I will obviously suggest, that you guys go and do certain bounties and things, as I have certain things planned. But if you guys can fully take the helm and say, the ship does this, the ship does that, it's like, you can ask me what the ship does. If it's too extravagant and crazy, I'll probably say tone it down a wee bit. Other than that, you guys can make shit up, and that's how it is. So if you say, the dining hall needs some tune-up. The lights aren't working necessarily. You guys are more than welcome to say that, and it's true.
Well,
Or maybe
I'm
you
going to
wanna
make
boost the
sure
engines.
the food thing is better. That's what I'm spending my time doing.
All right. First generation replicators only replicated shapes. Everything tasted the same and was made from generic nutrient paste. That is effectively what these currently do. So I guess we're in first generation replicator Star Trek lore. Excellent.
Oh no.
Try to add some spice.
Yeah, just throw some like cayenne on it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Ryder, what do you?
For hot sauce.
Make everything a hot wing.
I mean, I'm sure you're boring after a while, but give me space hot wing. Oh no, is that offensive to Aldris? I'm sorry.
Oh no!
Do you consider chicken your brethren, or
No.
okay? That was a very
They're
quick
the
no, that's fair.
lesser birds.
So
Say.
significantly lesser birds.
Okay,
The
that's
lesser
fair.
species.
Ryder, what are you doing?
Big chillin'.
Big chillin', just hanging. Do you have a hang room on the Kabuto?
Yeah.
All right, what's in your hang room? Asking the burning questions today.
These are good questions.
These are great questions.
You
You got that PlayStation 42 in there?
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Totally have a game system in there.
Sure, I don't see why not. All right, and
We don't have several game systems?
hey, it costs money.
Yeah,
Or
and we
four.
just steal it.
Well, you guys are, but unfortunately, the engine of the Kabuto is very, very thirsty. You have to just keep throwing money and just various. You don't know why it works this way, but you have to throw lots of valuables into it, and it's almost like it knows. Like you guys have tried throwing garbage into it, and it just like basically spits it back out in various forms, or doesn't really fuel the ship, but it knows what valuables are and consumes them very greedily. Fortunately, you guys have a upgraded ship. The downside is you must always keep moving. There's always a bounty in the horizon, unless you guys wish to abandon the ship, and that's not fun. All right, we'll say in the meantime, while you're tinkering, Nara and Georgiana and Ryder basically chilling while we're arriving at our destination, Aldris, we'll say you were somewhere along the way. You're taking a quick nap, and while you dream. Well, let's go to La La Land with Aldris.
Oh no.
Maybe initially we have the wonderful, wonderful dream logic of, you're eating a pizza and the pizza's having an absolutely spectacular conversation with you. Just absolutely riveting. And of course the pizza's late for dinner, so you have to marry it so it can arrive on time. But, this is all standard. But as you pause, maybe you realize this is a bit more ridiculous. I don't know what kind of dreams Aldris has. But you turn, and when you do, you're in a room that seems somewhat familiar, except that the perspective is all wrong. As you look up and look around, it's almost impossible to make out any actual details. It's almost as if every object in this room and every object in the area, moving or not moving, is lit along its perimeter. And just slightly. So effectively all you're seeing, Aldris, is shadow figures with multiple limbs and different sized bodies moving about from thing to thing. It's difficult to tell exactly what you're looking at, but you're looking up at them. You look down and can almost see that you're on a table. Maybe it's, once again, difficult to tell. They don't really see you seeing them, so you're not sure if you're seeing through the eyes of something. Or if it's an entirely different experience. But as you look around, one of the figures walks up to you and begins to touch you. You attempt to speak but are unable to do so. You feel an immense pressure. You feel pain behind your eyes. And suddenly, you wake. Birdman? He died. BP Birdman? Maybe not?
Birdie.
Okay, Discord's not dead.
Big dead.
Alright, cool. Making sure Discord didn't die. All right. I will not describe his experience post-dream or what's happening in the room, but all the same, he is awake. And sometime after that, if he chooses to or not to share this experience with you guys, that's up to him. But we arrive on the planet. Oops. Clicking thing. There we go.
Hello.
All right. Oh, there we go. Did your mic explode?
No, I forgot to lock my door, so someone said come in and try to talk to me.
Gotcha, no worries. Did you hear it? Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
All right, excellent. How do you respond upon waking?
That was a real weird dream. I'm gonna go get some food.
All right. As you think that, you actually look to the side of your bunk, and you notice that something has gone wrong. Your power is activated in your sleep, and part of the metal wall is actually it's not burnt through, but it looks melted and shifted. You also burned a part of the blanket that you were gripping onto as you woke.
Oh my.
Oh, my blanket. The wall will fix itself, won't it?
Potentially, yes.
That's one of the ship's features, I think.
It'll most likely get around to it. It doesn't take it personally, it's okay.
I believe in the ship, but my blanket. Now I gotta go buy a new blanket.
All right. As you think my blanket in the Kabuto is hurling through the Umehuda system, you arrive at Stroy, the large rocky planet, to receive your next bounty, your quarry from Teves Terrace. And as per usual, we all land, and effectively the planet is yours. Technically, like I mentioned from last week, you guys are more than welcome to purchase a thing with your money. You would roll, since we were paid decently well. You guys can do this whenever you'd like, of course. If you just want a gadget or some doodad, maybe something to buff the ship, your mechs, realistically anything. If you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. Of course, the bar awaits. Your job awaits. If you wish to purchase something, let me know. We'll roll fortune or resources, whichever one it is. I think it's resources. And then we'll see how well you do.
I'm lonely. Can I go get a kitten?
I'm sorry, what?
Can I go get a kitten?
Can you go buy a kitten?
Yes.
You can go buy a kitten, yeah. So you're going to the... this place maybe isn't best known for a above-board pet shops.
That's fine.
Okay.
Below board cat.
I'm into rescues.
Sure, yeah. As a bird, that is that is fair.
We're serving you hot wings and pet birds.
See, I don't mind the hot wings, but get that cat out of here.
Don't worry. I'll train it till you leave you alone.
I might accidentally shoot it, apparently.
Oh, no!
Because I burned my blanket and the wall.
He did burn the wall. Sure. Alrighty, so Georgiana, you head off to find a pet store on Stroy. Nara, Aldris, and Ryder, what do y'all do?
I'm gonna follow that lady, that girl.
Georgiana?
Georgiana.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry, I'm a little preoccupied with this hot wing formula.
That's fine.
Oh my.
I follow Georgiana.
Sure. For organization's sake, I'll throw this over here. God, I wish it snapped exactly where I wanted it to.
I mean, you're going for a real cat, right?
Yes.
Okay.
None of
Not
those
like-
fake cats.
Well, I meant, like Catboy.
I mean,
Oh my.
you
I
gave her
mean,
the idea.
maybe on a different
God.
planet.
Okay. Well, I follow you.
Unless there are catboys here, are there? Ooh.
No. They better
Not
not
like
be. We don't. Okay, I gotta be honest with you. I know we're bounty hunters, but I don't really think we trade in flesh.
Do you mean other catboys?
I borrow flesh.
Do you mean okay? Do you mean other catboys to purchase or catboys to persuade into your?
Persuade.
Yes, of course there are.
Persuade, not purchase.
On this planet?
Why wouldn't there be?
It's below board. Hot commodity.
Because every race isn't everywhere, Hub. That's why.
This is a hub, isn't
That's
it?
what you think.
Yes. This location, I say, of the two primary locations, Stroy, this one, and Larianka, the other trade planet, the one that's basically a giant metal ball that's hollowed out and all the businesses inside. These two locations are going to have the highest concentration of just random alien races. So, yes, you are somewhat likely to find.
Oh, it's that big? Well, in that
Yes.
case, I'm going to buy a kitten and then I'm going to go find a cat boy.
In that order?
That sounds a little
In that
messed up.
order.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
This is just weird.
Georgiana
I'm
goes
not sure I like that
to
order.
purchase a cat and then find a
And
cat
then
man.
persuade the cat boy.
All right. Aldous and Ryder, what are you doing as you just see Georgiana bolt off and then Nara chase after her?
Buying ammo.
Okay. Anything in particular, or just
No,
stocking
just
up?
refreshing my grenades and stuff.
Perfect. Aldous, how about yourself?
I had something I wanted to buy at the end of last session. I already forgot it.
No worries. Hopefully, I will say something that will spark your imagination.
Something to do with bullets.
Magic bullets for magic gun? You were looking at elemental weapons? No? Okay. Well, if you...
Oh, yeah. I wanted to find a machine that could help me make special bullets that could hold magic, so I could give it to other people, so they
Sure.
could use them for stuff.
Sure. Considering magic is... the concept of magic is very much out there in this world. Most people just use technology, of course. They can call it magic if they want, or a lot of various cultists and, some folk, because, space. They have telekinesis and things of that nature, but the exact magic you use is primarily unique to you, Aldous, from what you've seen. Some people can, like I said, use telekinesis, pyrokinesis, all that fun stuff, but not to the extent that you use it. Which, of course, does make you stand out quite a bit. Because of that, I would say you can purchase parts, and with the assistance of Nara, you could definitely put something together, because you guys know each other well enough that you can, on the ship, easily put this thing together, given time, of course.
Do I have to roll anything for that, or is it just...
If it's just parts, no. I would say all we really need to do is basically just
craft checks?
Yeah, just some craft checks and just get there. We'll say you pick up some above board items that don't really raise any questions, because we're smart like that. Ryder, you stock up on ammunition, grenades, and all that good shit. Georgiana, I won't make you roll to purchase a cat. But as you look around...
I mean, you can make me roll to purchase the cuteness of a cat. I'm looking for a white fuzzball.
White fuzzball, as in just like legs and then...
Yes.
Okay, so a little scrawny boy that's just very poofy.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, you have good
The
taste.
worst kind of cat.
A scrub brush,
The hair
basically.
gets everywhere.
Yes.
Okay. Looking for a scrub brush we are.
You've never had a long-haired cat. I've never
That
heard a talk,
hair's
but
gonna
clearly
never-
you've never had a...
Cleaning that up.
I mean, Casey had long-haired cats, so I'm not unfamiliar.
There's hair everywhere.
That's not the same thing as owning one.
Of course not.
Georgiana.
It's renting the area of someone who has a long-haired cat and going, dear God, I hate this. Anyway, I guess without okaying this with the captain, we're going to own a cat very soon. Hopefully...
I am one of the best pilots around.
Please,
True.
please
He'll
tell
okay
me.
whether he wants to or not.
I'm just
Please
saying...
tell me that he's
hoping
allergic.
I'm just saying I'm hoping he's not allergic. We'll say.
I'm actually allergic to cats.
You so was I, actually. I think
Wow.
I'm still slightly allergic, but I don't know if I still am. I've not had the chance to test it. Anyway. As
worry.
we're doing our thing and looking about, let's see. I want to say, Georgiana, you enter a shop, if you will. You see various folk moving about and such. This shop doubles as... You order that one drink again? Okay. It is very, very important. Yes, this is true. We'll say after you pick up the parts, you head to Teeves to go order the drink and all that good shit. And technically, Ryder is shopping right now, and then y'all can head to to use when you wish. I will say, Georgiana, as you're walking around asking people and such, and Nara is following you to make sure you don't get into too much trouble, go ahead and roll me rapport.
Nara is such a good friend.
I'm damage control.
All right, rapport.
Indeed.
I'll put a 1 in that.
Okay. As you're looking about, you're attempting to get the attention of various clerks, but you're unable to do so immediately, at least. But eventually, you do get someone who's a bit hunched back, but you think that they're probably built this way. As they turn over to you, and you notice that their spine has a very obvious curve to it, and kind of all their business is up in front. They don't really have a neck; their head's just kind of like on their chest. And this person turns to you and goes, "Hello. What can I do for you?"
Am I talking to him because I found the cat selling department, or am I just asking random strangers?
You're asking random people in this shop, and we happen to sell cats, yes. You're looking to purchase a feline.
Yes, I'm looking to purchase a fluff ball.
Oh, wonderful. I am an expert when it comes to fluff balls. What color would you like?
I would
Can you make sure it's a cat?
If you have tribbles, I'll take one of those too.
Those are copyright claimed, unfortunately, so I cannot offer you one. But all the same, I can offer you something that is very similar, but legally, we can sell it.
All right, show me what you got.
They're very strict with those. Does it need to have a tail to a little, small thing? Those are quite different. What aspect do you wish? Do you want the tail?
Yeah, I would like a head, a tail, and 4 legs.
He points to himself and says, "Oh, you got me." I'm kidding. A head, a tail, and 4 legs. And did you say your color preference?
Snow White.
Snow White. Beautiful like the snow. Give me but a moment. The person turns around and kind of goes into one of the back areas and discusses something with someone, and then comes back and says, your name, pretty lady.
Georgiana.
Georgiana. Wonderful to meet you. And your friend that's staring at you very questioningly.
Nara.
Hello, Nara.
Say hi, Nara.
Are you her chaperone?
You could call it that.
Wonderful. Well, come, chaperone.
So make sure you get a good one.
I will only get the best one. They bring you over to what essentially is a large box. And the box has a hole in it with like 4 rubber triangles in which you'd probably put your arm in there. And it says, "This is where you would pick up the goods, Miss Georgiana. If you just put your arm in there, your little creature will nip onto you, and you can pull it out. Just think real hard on what you want."
I stare at him a little uncertainly for a moment.
He smiles back at you, very just like, yes?
Is he suspicious? Do I think he's suspicious?
Define suspicious. He's eccentric.
Do I think he is really going to give us a cat?
You think what he's telling you is most likely true. I would say roll me. Is it not rapport?
Investigate? No.
I'll say notice would be fine.
Notice, huh?
Notice or investigate would be fine. This lad is I'll say he's a little too weird to tell if he's actually lying to you or not.
You know what? I'm still suspicious. I can't tell if he's lying to me.
Would empathy work? Can I roll empathy?
Are you questioning this person?
Yes.
No, you wouldn't be. You're fine. Go on. Buy your cat.
I mean, I was imagining something a bit more,
Like pet store.
yeah, look through a window, pick that one.
Not on this planet.
The future, not anymore.
Well, maybe somewhere else, but definitely not here. This is not
Now we make
a
your pet.
yeah. This is not a bougie location.
All right, I'll shrug and stick my hand in.
All right, you shove your hand in, Georgiana, and let us see here. Is there a luck stat?
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh, I know.
Roll,
Come on, God! Why are you doing this to me?
Roll. I know exactly. Roll will. You need to concentrate on this creature you want, Georgiana. All right, wonderful. As you're thinking about this small, fluffy creature with, what was it, a tail? And legs? Or no legs? And a head?
and four legs and 2 ears.
4 legs.
And a mouth and a nose and 2 eyes.
Okay. You're being very specific, fortunately for you.
Yeah, I realize I should be.
And as you are, it doesn't bite onto you, but it kind of nips your hand. You feel something very soft in this box. You're past your elbow by now, and he's just watching, rubbing his hands together like, wonderful. If you feel it, you can pull it out now.
Well,
All right. As you begin to pull out the creature, the plastic sort of gives way to your hand, and you get stuck for a second, and then you kind of pull, and it's slightly stuck. It's like, well, go on, put some strength into it.
I will.
Bring it into this world. And
I'm.
as you do, you pull up, and it's like, "Ugh!" And then like this it kind of weasels its way out of the hole.
Is this like a birthing canal? Yeah, that's
I
kind of
don't
what
know.
it sounds like. It's
Not
kinda
entirely
creepy.
sure.
It's kind of gross. I don't
But
like.
you pull out a not wet. It's not wet.
And
White
then,
fluff
well?
ball with 4 legs, a face, and a tail.
Is it a human face?
If she rolled poorly, possibly, but you rolled quite well, Georgiana.
Okay.
Excellent.
Have
Yes.
you seen that picture of that cat thing sitting on a stool or whatever with its arms out?
Yes.
That's what I'm imagining.
I have seen many a funny cat. This one, Georgiana, is effectively a round ball with a very long and fluffy tail. It has 2 ears. It has a cat face just kind of plastered right where the head should be. That is correct. But initially, you don't see the arms and legs. And it kind of just rolls on the top of this table, and he puts an arm out to kind of prevent it from rolling off. Oh, little one's trying to get away. We can't have that. Don't want it to bonk its head. Well, go on, pick it up. What?
I like it. I said it looks very chubby. I like it.
It is quite nice, yes. Check for the legs.
I'll poke it.
But no, you need to pet the tummy. It is quite soft and enjoyable, trust me.
All right.
Does the cat want you to pet its tummy?
It's on its back and it's looking at you like, pet the damn tummy.
Okay, that doesn't necessarily, cats are kind of weird like that.
Cats are very weird like that. This one was looking at you almost like offended that you haven't pet its tummy yet.
I surrender.
All right. You surrender and you pet the tummy, and you actually feel like little nibs on its stomach, and you kind of see them, you feel them wiggle under your hands, and you realize those are probably its legs. They are like
I can't even see its legs.
maybe an inch long, but they're covered in the fur.
Oh my God! Is it like a fat cat? Oh, fantasy football.
Yes. Except rather than fat, it's fur. They're right. It might be fat. There's a lot going on there, so it's difficult to tell.
So where's its face? Can I see its face?
Yes, of course.
Is it cute?
Oh, it's very cute. It's got like 2 little black eyes and then a little kitty mouth, and then it's got the little ears. The face is like, so it has no head. It's like a potato with a cat face on it, a tail, and then 2 little boop legs.
I hug it.
All right, it purrs against you and nuzzles, and he says, "Oh, wonderful! What a cute creature you brought into this world, Georgiana. And will that be all for the day?"
Yes.
Wonderful. And he sort of says, you may come up to the front, and go ahead and Georgiana, roll me resources.
Resources.
All right, that's fine because you have money on you. You maybe didn't bring as much as you thought you did, though, and you spend a pretty good chunk on this cat. As he
That's all right. I don't need much to have a good night.
excellent, and he He rubs his hands together very excitedly. He's very clearly happy for this creature that you brought into the world, Georgiana. And looking at it, says, well, don't take too long to name it. It's all part of the bonding process.
All right.
You could wait for it to commit some great feat of cuteness, and then name it after that. Snowball would be boring. Please don't name it Snowball.
I'll keep that in mind.
I will hunt you down if you name it Snowball. Oh, no.
Well, just call it Snowsphere then.
That's somewhat... that's sort of bucking the trend, Aura, so I can accept that. But no Snowball.
Frozen Sphere.
If that's all, please be on your way.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your little ball of fur.
I put my ball of fur on my shoulder.
Excellent. You can feel it kind of, it's a little like leggies like latch onto you, and you can tell it's trying its hardest to like pinch your shoulder and hold on. It doesn't have any claws. They're basically just little fingers. They're like grabbing onto your shoulder.
So cute.
Georgiana. I don't think that's a cat. I know it looks like one. I just got a bad feeling.
Close enough. We'll have to go home to Earth to get an actual cat.
As you are heading over to Teves Terrace, you can feel its tail just kind of whip behind, and Nara, you can look back to Georgiana. You can see its tail just like flat slapping Georgiana's hair. So her gorgeous cotton candy locks with stars sparkling throughout them. It's just kind of like going woof, 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 as you guys are walking. You don't know if the cat's doing it on purpose, but it almost looks like it.
I just don't know. I just don't know about this. I'm sorry.
Alrighty, and with that,
I thought I'd like this, but I don't think I like this.
It's all right.
it's okay. He knows what he is.
Are you?
Or she. You haven't named it yet.
Gonna go for a Catboy now?
Yeah.
All right. Are you headed to the bar, or are you going somewhere else?
Who, me?
Yes.
I mean, I guess that's a popular place to pick up people, right?
It is. Yes. It's the dance club you guys went to last time.
All right, then, yes. Catch you later, Nara, babe.
All right.
You know
Nara...
what? Just because of that, I'm going to go to the bar.
All right.
I'll have a drink. It's fine.
Excellent. Ryder, after you finished purchasing your weaponry, where do you head to?
To pick up the bounty info.
Okay. As you head there, you see Georgiana and Nara are ahead of you. Georgiana, impossible to miss, as she now has a little friend on her shoulder. As the three of you arrive, the music is loud and bumping. You can feel it vibrating throughout your chest as you enter Teves Terrace. And looking around, as per usual, you can see many people drinking and laughing jovially and just having fun and doing what they do. You see a very particular someone having fun. Aldris has beaten you all here, and you see him in the zone, and he is just, well, doing what he does. He's just zoning. He hasn't fallen to the floor just yet, but he is vibing with the music. He will join he'll join the vibe huddle probably in about 5 minutes. Actually,
I don't get to roll my save this time.
Well, no, it always does it. It just depends on how much. Now that they're here, I will say roll. Go ahead and roll me. What have you rolled last time? Will?
It was like Will and something else.
I'll say roll me both Will. Yeah, I'll say both roll me Will and Physique.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Question answered. All right. Fortunately, Aldris, you are able to hold it down. It's a little zippy there for a second. You're not entirely sure. But being a birdman, maybe you use your magics to like, nah, buddy, your liquids are staying inside me. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And as you're thinking this, you start zoning and just kind of vibing with the music, and you're just having a great time. And someone goes to talk to you, and they can tell you're kind of, you're chilling. They maybe want to ask you how the drink is. And they do indeed ask and say, do you want to dance with them? Your attempt to answer, but as you open your beak, you kind of just like, and then just like immediately just fall backwards onto your ass.
Nice.
But slowly, as your wings do sort of catch you, and you land on your back, and you kind of keep answering them while laying on the floor, and they're just looking down at you like, okay, that's the kind of drink it is. And you just start talking, like you're vibing, but you're talking, and just talking. And talking, and talking, Not even sure if you're answering the question anymore, but you're chilling and having a good time.
I need more of these for the road. I need to learn how to make them.
So since Nara is following Georgiana and Georgiana is looking for some tail, I would say Georgiana, yeah, makes the most sense. Roll me some notice. You're scoping out the competition, attempting to find.
There's competition. Not for her.
Oh, for it's a normally somewhat competition, but Georgiana,
Not today.
She's a pro. She knows what she's doing. Damn it.
She's feeling good from that incredible cat buying experience.
Exactly. If anything, you feel that the cat further enhances your abilities to
Oh my
notice.
god, you still have the cat with you.
It's right on your shoulder,
I
right?
do. Yep.
All right.
Everybody loves a cat.
Excellent.
Exactly.
All right.
Not everybody.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
You're right.
Alrighty.
I will not deny this.
Your Exarch's abilities activate, and from across the way you can see an absolutely gorgeous cat man taking a sip of definitely not what Aldous had, a more normal drink. If anything, the crowd parts for about a moment, and you can just see him like sip and then put it back down, and he's discussing something with somebody, and then the crowd like closes again, but you know exactly where he is.
I make my way over.
All right. Nara, can you continue to babysit, or?
No, I don't need to see that.
Excellent.
I mean, I don't know what I'm here for. I guess I go to the bar and I get a drink.
Okay, sure. And nothing as crazy as what Aldous got, just chilling.
Yeah, I'm just having a time.
Okay. Attempting to talk to anybody, or just kind of hanging out? Just generic hanging
Just
out?
hanging out. Maybe talking to the bartender a little bit.
Ryder, do you head straight to Teve, or?
Steve.
All right.
Ryder,
As
I
you
expect you to send me details right away. Just so you know.
For that.
All right. As you head up to Teve's Terrace proper, you pass by many folk that you recognize. You actually see someone from a job not too long ago that you ran swimmingly, and they give you a sort of drunken but happy, quick wave. And as you continue to ascend, you're one floor, if you will, away from the very top. And as you move forward you see that he's just now finishing up with a group. They head out, and the doors are open for you. The bodyguard, since you guys were just here not too long ago, immediately recognizes you, nods to you, Ryder, and motions for you to enter.
I go in.
All right. As you gotta. I don't control your character, buddy. All right. As you enter Teves, the door closes, and more chill music greets your ears. The bumping dance music from outside is not present here. Teve is, as per usual, counting and looking through things, and while not looking at you, Ryder, the little eyes in the jar that are floating above his form quickly zip to you, then zip back to his paperwork, if you will. And he goes, good day, evening, whatever time it is, Ryder. How are you?
I'm doing lovely.
Wonderful. It's very good to hear. Those eggs were quite delicious, by the way. I do need to thank you again for that.
You're very welcome.
You
got any fun bounties for me?
Oh, yes, you... no offense made, of course, but, well, you do like to toot your own horn quite a bit. So I've got a little something for you that, well, it says somewhat under the board. If you're up to the task, of course.
Oh, wait.
Good. As he quickly turns and sort of closes various windows and such, and then leans with one of his tentacled arms on the table. Flips through some things, and slides a data pad towards you, Ryder. And he looks at it and says, this will contain all the information that you could possibly need. I'll be entirely honest, it's a little vague, but, well, someone as good as you shouldn't need quite so much assistance, yes. I will say to be...
Yeah, you just hit me with the basic details of what I'm doing.
Of course. You'll need to be... he looks around the room a bit. Somewhat careful this time around. You see...
Kind of careful what?
This time around. He flips open some more
sorry, my bad.
windows and begins to sort of scroll through them, then flips it and shows you. There's a location in deep space that I need you and your crew to visit. There's something there. Something we cannot discuss if you understand what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
Yes, there are two somethings to be precise. One is some form of test or weaponry that I'll need you to pick up. I guess I should preface these will indeed be contested items, not something that's, well, you can simply go in and pick it up and walk out. If you catch my drift. Well, the amazing rider's capable of anything, isn't he? The other, well, and he leans forward and closes the window, the one that basically showed this spaceport floating in the blackness of space. As he leans forward, he says, "This other thing, I've only heard rumors. It's been moved from location to location. I'm not entirely sure what it does, but I know people are willing to pay for it. If it is located here, I expect you to bring it to me, and I shall reward you greatly."
And I'm assuming the datapad tells me relatively what it looks like.
Well, the weapon, yes. This other item, no. My various, we'll say, people have informed me that this product, this item, has been moved from location to location. And it is stated to be, well, here, in an abandoned research facility. So, if it is indeed located there, Ryder, I expect you to bring it back to me.
Gotcha.
If it's
Bring
not,
it back a big boomstick, and
Correct.
also bring you back some mystery stuff.
Yes, wonderful vague space mystery. That's the fun of it, though, isn't it?
Did you send any other lackey bounty hunters over there?
I've saved this one for you, Ryder, specifically. Now,
Good, I don't have to deal with that.
he motions to himself. You know I'm not the only man in the business. There are others, of course.
I mean, you're the best guy in the business.
Oh, shut your mouth. But yes, I am, of course. You'll need to be somewhat
I work
careful.
with you, man. It's the two best working with each other.
He would smile if he had a mouth, but all the same, you can feel his appreciation. And he says, I can almost guarantee you there will be others there. You'll just need to be careful, Ryder. Or, well, going guns blazing as I've heard you want to do occasionally. However you wish to do this, just please don't damage the merchandise.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Excellent. Any questions before you take your leave?
So, don't damage the merchandise. Everything else is, I can do whatever.
As long as the product hits my table, I care not what happens to everything around it. Precisely.
Sounds Gucci.
And he sort of flops one of his tentacles at you. All right, well, away with you, away with you. I have many meetings today, and good luck, Ryder.
Catch you on the flip side.
He nods in your general direction, and the little eyes in the jar flip up to some various windows that he pulls open, starts whipping through them quickly.
He starts what?
Pulls open some data pads and starts looking through them, basically.
Oh, okay. I grabbed the... Oh, I already have the data pad.
You
but
do, yes.
I
You take it with
leave,
you. Of course. And,
I'm gonna kind of like talk over comms, being like, "Hey guys, I got the data pad. Meet me on the ship when you guys are ready."
all right, by this point, Georgiana, you have arrived at your beautiful, beautiful catboy. And you see him sitting, drinking with friends.
Well, I'm gonna casually walk up, put my hand on his shoulder, and say, look this up, by the way.
Okay.
You must be a hell of a thief because you managed to steal my heart from across the room.
He laughs at that. Go ahead and roll me rapport.
No, I need to put more in rapport, damn it.
Didn't you put your points into one of your communication skills?
Networking and empathy.
Oh, you put it into empathy. If you want, you can switch empathy into rapport.
What is empathy used for?
Empathy is like insight, compassion, detecting lies. Oh, detecting lies, there you go. Reading emotions, psychology, and social initiative. So realistically, you can just flip those if you want.
Alright, I will flip them then.
Okay. So that gives you a 1. You can tell he is not smitten by this necessarily, and
That gives me a 1. My empathy is 3.
oh, your empathy is 3. Oh, okay. Well, shoot, you had it really high then. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had it really high.
Oh, I thought it was 2. All right. Very nice. Okay. Then yes, you definitely want to flip those.
Alright, they're flipped.
That's a 2. Excellent. Once again, not wholly smitten, but a smirk dances across his face as he looks up to you and asks your name.
Georgiana, what's yours?
He's about to answer, but his eyes flick to the small creature on your shoulder. And he kind of raises his finger and goes, oh, what's that?
Oh, it's my cat.
Slow nod.
Yes.
It nuzzles against your cheek and he shrugs. Okay. My name is Petre.
Would you like to pet him?
Sure. As he sort of leans forward to pet your cat, it pauses for a moment. He kind of pauses for a moment and kind of gives it a look, and then it kind of, yeah, sure. And then he pets it and goes, strange. As he looks at his hand, there's a little fur on it, kind of flicks it off and goes, your pet is quite cute.
Thank you.
And then the two of you begin to sort of chat. You can tell he's not put off necessarily by the cat, but it's he's trying to determine if it actually is a cat or not. He's not sure.
I'm not sure either. That's all right though.
All right, maybe he likes it all the more because it's just, you know, one of those. So Georgiana, do you ignore Ryder's?
Yes.
Okay. While you were doing that, Nara, what do you do?
While she's doing her thing, you mean?
Yes.
I mean, is there anybody interesting at the bar?
It depends on what you define as interesting, but there are many people here. Any kind of person that you could possibly lay your eyes on, Nara. Are you looking for anyone in particular?
Isn't that obvious? Someone who tinkers.
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily. I don't
Someone
have your
who might
time.
know some shit.
Okay. Well, you do indeed see many drunken folk and such. I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to find out. But if you're trying to, like, fish some info out of somebody...
Yeah.
Sure. I would say... I'll let you choose to roll... like notice or empathy, something that would basically, really investigation would work too. Anything that would essentially look at a group of people and maybe, you know, who's the drunkest or who is dropping the most interesting words. So whichever one you'd like to roll, I'll let you choose.
Could I use... You said rapport earlier?
Yeah,
Okay,
anything
no.
that would be...
Could I
you
do networking?
networking is more so trying to connect with other people. So you would network in order to find some.
Okay.
So networking.
I'm going to do investigate.
Alrighty. Alright, looking over a few of the folk, with how loud everything is and all the dancing, it's a little difficult to make out precisely who would be, who would and wouldn't be interesting. But you do see a small group of people that are less so just talking about, you know, shooting the shit, and they're talking about various items that are coming and going from the planet. Probably nothing too interesting, but all the same. They might work in a shipping industry or something. Difficult to tell.
Do I think Do they look like they? Well, I guess it depends on what a 1 gets me.
Not very much.
uh,
0 is literally nothing, and then it starts at 1, basically.
they look pretty normal, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They just look
I guess for reference, when I had you guys roll random shit, I kind of have a number in my head, and then it's a sliding scale. So if the number in my head's a 2,
fine.
then obviously anything under 2 is just
I mean,
failure.
if I don't miss it, if I don't make it, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too interested in them. They look pretty boring, actually. So I'm gonna
Fair
turn
enough.
back to the bartender and get a stronger drink.
Okay. He quickly readies you a stronger drink.
Wow, how did I manage to pick you up, Megan?
Oh, well, you looked pretty interesting.
Judging by how you
enough.
look, yeah, that's pretty fair.
I'm just saying, you're a beautiful woman. And
you stand out.
You look a little psycho, and I like that.
You like the little psycho?
That's fair.
You're just crazy enough.
You're only a little psycho.
Yeah, exactly. You probably won't bite my head off, literally.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna go for like the praying mantis sort of thing,
Exactly.
but little steps before that. That's fine.
All right. So you do receive both your drink, Nara, and the comms from Ryder basically saying, "Hey, we got shit to do."
Does he explain does he give me any further information than that?
I will say over the comms, he wouldn't be able to because it's so loud, but you can hear him directly. Now he can send you the data pen information to you
Yeah,
guys
so
directly.
I'm gonna sip on my drink,
Okay.
and I'm gonna, I guess, text him on the comm and
Okay.
ask him to send me the file so I can review it.
You get a ping on your little device with a little copy of it.
Okay. I'm going to let's say at the bar that I'm in the corner, where I think nobody can see over my shoulder,
Okay.
or that I think there are. Can I don't want anybody to see this information just by,
That's fair.
out of habit. Can I scope the place for security cameras or anything?
So I will say this, if you'd like, I think this fits your character. I don't know if you're actually wearing goggles or not. Does your character actually have goggles?
Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't wear them all the time, but over her eyes, but she
Yeah.
always has them.
I would figure this. I would say you can attune your screen and your goggles so that only you can read your screen.
Ooh.
That feels like something you would have.
Yes. That does seem like something I love that, actually.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. I'll
so
do that then.
And then I'll ask Ryder, did you send this information to everybody or just Nara?
Everybody.
Perfect.
I'll be reviewing and they'll be getting some over there.
Yes. So Georgiana, you feel your data pad vibrate with information. Do you choose to ignore it and continue on your quarry?
Yes.
Okay.
Incredible.
I think Ryder will understand.
Ryder does like cat boys after all.
Not that.
Right.
All right.
Cat girls?
Who doesn't? All right. As you head down, Ryder, Nara, all the information that I shared with Ryder is effectively in the tablet. It's vague, but the payment's really good, really good. Especially if you bring both items, the payment is not just really good, Nara. It is even it's generous for tea.
Okay.
So you're kind of wondering, maybe with your experience with him, it almost raises a red flag. Because he sent you off on vague missions before, and they've been fine. A little bit of bloodshed occasionally.
Normal pay, though.
But usually normal pay, if he says there's an extra thing here, it doesn't always pay this well. So the weapon, that makes sense. The other thing, it's almost too generous. You're wondering if he's actually lowballing you. Because, once again, he's not normally this generous.
Yeah.
Ryder would obviously be thinking this as well. Georgiana hasn't seen it. And Ryder, as you begin walking down the steps, you feel a hand on your shoulder. A rather large, meaty hand on your shoulder.
Are you saying me or Nara?
Ryder.
Oh, me. Sorry.
You are Ryder,
I
yes.
was like, oh no, what's gonna happen next?
No,
Sorry, reset that whole part again.
all right. Ryder, as you're walking down the steps, you feel a large, meaty hand on your shoulder.
I grab one finger and lift it up and turn around. Yes, can I help you?
You turn to see someone from your past. This individual is very large and blocky looking, almost as if he were chiseled out of stone. Very hard-lined chin. He is huge, like close to 7 feet tall. He's very wide, almost cartoonish in his general build. His hair perfectly cut. He looks a little too clean. When I say someone is chiseled, this guy fits that to a, once again, comical level.
Oh, hey, it's Blocky.
And he,
What do you want?
He smiles down at you and says, "Ha ha! Ryder! You! Of course you remember me! Chadley Starblazer!"
Of course, Chadley. How could I forget that face?
How have you been, friend?
Oh, you know, just gathering, hunting, living life.
As one does. Do you have any more interesting stories to share with your old friend Chadley?
You know, went on a planet, got attacked by a big worm.
Ooh.
Did a death-defying stunt. You know me. Gotta do the crazy stuff.
Oh, you Ryder. You're a crazy man, you are. Have you received any...
What about yourself?
Oh, the usual. Not giant frostworms. That is, well, not beyond me, of course. Chadley Starblazer goes where he pleases. But all the same, the usual, flying into black holes, defeating various ornery tribespeople, buying and moving things as we do. Wink. You know how it goes, Ryder.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yes, got any interesting...
What brings you out here?
I'm here to speak with Teve. I see you're walking down from his office. Did you get anything interesting?
Oh, you know, just the usual fun little adventure.
Oh, well, as he kind of like pokes his shoulder. Any more information than that, Ryder? You can fill in an old friend, can't you?
I mean, not much. Just this job is pretty basic, so it's nothing too crazy.
Well, that doesn't sound like a job you would take, Ryder, but I guess if you're, hard times, you need the money. Sometimes we do indeed lower ourselves to taking, he leans over and he's like, like he's going to whisper, but he's still talking like full volume, like some of the riffraff have to take, but not us.
Well, my easy is a little bit different than your easy. I just think everything's easy because, I'm the best, so.
No, of course you are. Oh, I'll take, you know what, honestly, Ryder, next to you, I'll take second best. Why not? Wink. Most definitely.
I mean, hey, someone got to be in second place.
Oh, that only pushes me to get there harder, buddy. Topple the old king and all that. His laugh is obnoxious. His face crunches up.
This crowd ain't going anywhere, so.
He kind of pokes her head. I don't currently see the crown, my friend. Maybe it's missing.
I don't know. It might be in my amazing ship.
Oh, now I will say you partially have me there. I've heard very interesting things about your Kabuto. While he's saying all this, you hear Aldous talking to himself in the background. And you're not really sure exactly what he's saying. He's rather close as you're sort of walking down the steps with Chadley. And
Aldous is having an episode right now.
Aldous is kind of having an episode, yeah. He's sort of just speaking to himself. And he's just like repeating something on loop and then pausing and then repeating something on loop again. It's difficult to hear over the music, but he's sitting there and you see across the room Georgiana is speaking with a very attractive Catman, and Nara is reading the information while scoping out the area. And Chadley's kind of following you and he's standing way too damn close. He's like on you. It's a little crowded in here, but not that crowded.
On me?
He's really, really close to you. Like, he's like leaning into you as we're like walking down, yeah.
Can we hear what what's his face is saying, or?
Aldous?
Yeah.
Yes. As you move on closer to Aldous, you can still hear Chadley just kind of rambling. Mr. Starblazer is just talking about more random things he's done, stars he's blazed and all that, and he's writing his name and the blah, 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 blah. You actually hear Aldous sort of mumbling to himself and saying, what exactly? As you look closer, you start to hear him mumbling more clearly, and he's reading out the mission you guys just picked up.
Oh dear.
I'm like, does he have something in his hand?
You can tell from his wrist activation, he read it wasn't very much. Maybe he closed it, and then the first like 2 or 3 sentences, he just like committed to memory. He's just repeating them, and you can see it beeping, so he definitely got
Put
it.
my hand over. I'm gonna grab his beak with my hand.
Okay.
I'm like,
I'll
look
just,
at me, Aldrich.
Do you wiggle out of the way, Aldrich, or do you take it?
Am I conscious?
You are beyond consciousness, my friend. You can unconsciously avoid this and just keep talking if you wish.
He's ascended?
He's ascended.
If I have ascended, I dodge it.
Okay. I will say, oh man, athletics sounds weird here, but yeah, both you roll athletics basically.
I'm totally good. Oh, I am good at this. Oh, he's better. No.
Oh, he's slightly better. Okay. You actually do make a very wow. You roll. Holy shit, dude! Nice. You rolled all pluses. And you rolled 3 pluses.
3 pluses.
Y'all just wasted the best rolls on a. All right.
Very important roll. I don't know what you're talking about.
You guys kind of like kung fu it, where you reach for his beak and he like dashes out of the way, and then he keeps talking like what, and then you keep like reaching for him, he keeps dodging, and you guys basically put a show out of this. It all just like flips up, and Ryder, you're like jumping off people through like very, very nimbly. You two are kind of doing this little show and dance, and Chadley's clapping. He's like, oh, that's Ryder for you, Ryder and his friends. Everyone look at Ryder, and everyone's starting to look as Aldous continues speaking, and he's like, God damn it, stop! And then you eventually get on Aldous and you silence him. And you can tell he's still trying to speak, but
Aldrich, push
blazed.
your face.
Oh, what's happening?
I'm gonna pop one of my sober up drugs into his mouth while I have his beak.
No, I don't want it.
Take it now.
No, I don't want it.
Push my finger in his mouth with the pill.
all right. Because you have him down, you're able to assist him in sobering up a bit, and it works pretty quickly, Aldris. But this drink is something else, almost like it was built to fight against this drug. But all the same, you are mostly brought back to the land of the living, so you stop mumbling and you can control yourself. You're just very woozy.
Now I gotta go get another one. You ruined it.
You can get one, but drink it on the ship.
Fine. I'll go get
I
another
will.
one.
I say,
Nice seeing you, Chadley. I'm gonna go on an important mission now. Good luck with your bottom barrel missions.
always the joker with you, Ryder. Have a good one, buddy.
Catch you on the flip side.
Yeah. And as he kind of like goes to talk to someone else and goes, oh, Stamarkison, and then he like jumps on someone and starts talking to them. And then you can hear them audibly groan, Ryder, as Chadley like walks up to talk to this guy. He like whips between the crowd, like escaping. He's like, "You can't get away from me, buddy! I can see you above the crowd." And Chadley, being as annoyingly tall as he is, can like literally look down in the crowd and see this dude like weaseling through, and he's like, like running through, like trying to catch up to him. And it's very odd to look at, but all the same, you're free. Congratulations. Alrighty. Let me ask Aldris something. Do you partake in the drinky a little too much, or?
I mean, at this rate, probably.
Because I would say part of your magic addict, would that be something in maybe the drink gives Aldris that good feel? You know what I mean?
Probably.
Okay, I would say go ahead and give yourself a fate point then for that.
Oh boy.
Because that was not good. That didn't help you at all. Okay. All the same, Nara, you've gotten the information from this bounty. Ryder, you have it. Georgiana is willfully ignoring it so she can get that nut. Aldris is sobering up.
As always, this has seemed, Aldris.
Sometimes you feel
We
like a
might
nut.
have to have an intervention.
What do you mean?
This is the second time in a row.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I look at
Okay, go get another one.
Is there any information in the the tablet, the file, that I could put some research into? Or is it just really super vague?
It is definitely super vague, but at the same time, it offers a lot of information. So, 2 things. If you wanted to access your, data base effectively, you need to go back to the ship.
Okay.
But this bounty is both vague and incredibly specific at the same time. Primarily meaning that it has the exact location of where you guys need to go. You know that this was indeed a research facility. It's not very large. It was used primarily for medicines and such. So it's not some weird illegal black market. No, it was used to make medicines and such. It's honestly just a bad location. There was various wars and various things floating through this area, this certain subspace area, which is inconvenient for some folks. So honestly, even with FTL travel, it just isn't worth it. So it was effectively just abandoned. So it has no tragic history. Besides people losing their jobs, of course, and being relocated, there's no crazy oh no, they released the darkness or something like that.
Damn, I just sent you a picture of what I
Darkness.
feel like Chadley kind of looks like.
Okay.
Why is there always a Chadley though? Why do you do this?
He transcends space and time. Also, yes, like that.
I'm gonna. Would you say I finished my my drink?
Yes.
Point.
I would say go ahead and roll me physique for that one. You did ask for a strong drink.
I did ask for a strong drink. You're right.
Okay. You're good. You're able to hold it down.
All right.
You're a
I'm
little
gonna-
woozy, but you're good. You're good.
I'm gonna catch the attention of the bartender so I can pay my tab.
Okay. You do, and he kind of gives you a quick nod and then scans your credit.
Is this the same bartender as last time?
Same one.
All right. I file that thought away.
Yeah, pretty much every time you guys come here, he's effectively usually he's the same one working. He's quite good with the drinks and such.
It's a lot of money, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
These are good drinks. They've treated me well. All right. Well, I guess I'll head back to the ship, and I'll start doing some research as much as I can, like I did last time.
Okay.
All right.
And let's see. So looking through, what did we have you roll for looking through your information again? Do you remember?
I think it was lore.
Yes, it was lore. There we go. Okay. I think you got a plus. So your special item, your enhanced database. Oh, we're looking for people. Okay. You're not looking for people. You're looking for information, right? Or you're looking for people.
Yes.
Both. I mean, there could be people
Yes.
involved.
Okay.
I'll go ahead. I'll search for people, but I'll also just search for stuff in general about the planet.
Okay. I will say roll me 2 lores. The first one will be people. The second one will be general information.
And how much is it for? What's plus to the lore for the people?
It'd be plus 2 on top of what you already have.
Oh.
So that should be, what, 6?
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. And then roll one more. 3. Okay. Effectively, what I've already told you about the area is indeed true. They primarily synthesized medicines and such. There were various denizens, from what you can pull up, Nara, that were local to this space. Not like little aliens, redacteds, if you will. Whatever it is, they couldn't really figure out what it was. It was just things that would flow through the area, usually at quite rapid paces. And you actually look into it while looking into various people and such that used to work here, and you get a very long list of folk. In fact, you recognize a name or two, and you cross-check it with the information that you received before, and your suspicions are indeed granted. While looking about, you can tell because you were with them for a while. These, we'll say there was maybe 3 total people working in this facility. The facility would have housed maybe 30. So 2 to 3 of them that worked there worked for the company, if you will, you used to work for. They were called the Lesrin Corporation.
Okay.
And
So not necessarily above board.
from all of your research, this place actually was above board.
But the people who work there, like the ones that I worked with, aren't necessarily always that way.
They're publicly known as the Lesrin Corporation.
Okay.
But you and others that know their other dealings, which is call them Grey Fist.
Okay.
But overall, they're sort of one of those deals where don't poke the bear, kind of. And you can tell upon looking through your people research that one was actually a researcher, and the other two worked in general security and cleanup.
Okay.
How much security and cleanup was actually required at this location? Unfortunately, we don't know, but we do know that two of them were less busy with actual research and more busy with other things.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna pull out the important parts.
Okay.
That I think of are the parts that I think are important.
Yeah.
Like the too long didn't read.
Basically, TLDR.
TLDR.
Yeah.
And I'll send that version to Ryder and everybody so they can review it.
The data is sent. As one does.
Love that. Yeah,
all right.
And then I guess I go to bed. Or I guess I might tinker with something, but I don't know what it is yet. So.
Sure. Aldris, you've taken
my thing.
Yes. Yeah. So you've taken your drink to go, Aldris. It'll last for about a day or so. It's sealed.
I took more than one.
You took what you took to go. You're using your money on this, so yay. But yes, Aldris indeed needed help with his thing. So if the two of you, so because it's magic, while Georgiana is seducing a cat boy, I'll say Aldris roll your lore and Nara roll your crafting. So you will basically be contributing the magic side of what you want and what it needs to do, and then Nara will try to put this thing together. And we'll say this will take, when you guys succeed, this will take a couple rolls, not too
I
much.
do crafts.
Yeah, craft it up.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Those are amazing rolls. Excellent. Aldris very clearly tells you what he wants, and initially, Nara, you think it might not necessarily be possible, but fortunately, Aldris picked up perfectly the right parts. And rephrase
Very
one more
nice.
time, Aldris, what you were looking to create.
It's like a machine that can absorb magic and put it in bullets for other people to use.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So
That's
he can, this is, it goes from fairy tale to, no, this is actually incredibly possible. Almost too quickly, realistically. Nara is very, very good at her job, and Aldris did a wonderful job explaining it. Of course, this will take, some tinkering with, but it is 100% going to happen. While they are discussing and tinkering this, Georgiana's busy, so Ryder, what are you doing? Unless you're trying to get Georgiana to not be busy so you guys can leave early.
I'm just chilling on the ship.
Okay. Do anything in particular, or just full chill mode?
I'm in the VR room practicing fighting
Hell yeah.
with my sword.
Okay. We'll say while you're training and doing your thing, Ryder, perfecting your art, if you will, Aldris and Nara are trying to put together this machine while George is putting together her machine. And as fate would have it, we all finish at the same time. Georgiana, you are you exchanging? Do you exchange contact information with?
If I like them, yes.
Okay. As I mentioned, you did roll very well on your notice, so this is a very choice cat boy, and he seemed to enjoy his time with you.
Then I will definitely exchange contact info.
Okay, excellent. You guys exchange a contact information. He gives you a little wink and a swish of the tail as he heads back out to, not back to the bar, but he heads actually off to one of his ships. It's parked about 10 spaces away from yours.
What's his ship look like?
His ship is more so suited to probably 3 people. It's much smaller than yours. It's not one of those like transport ships. Obviously, those would be huge. But
Is it like a sleek speedster or?
yes,
I'm judging him based on his ship too.
yes, it is somewhat of a speedster, we'll say, but not necessarily suited for combat.
All right, I can go for that.
Alrighty.
All right, well, then I guess I'll check the message now.
Okay. you check your urgent message that has been pinged multiple times. Have you guys sent Georgia anything else while she was spending her time? So
I actually start sending her a whole bunch of useless, pointless stuff.
Efficiently?
Just to annoy her.
What were you sending exactly?
Like futuristic memes.
Excellent.
I love you.
Future memes and emojis and whatnot.
Yeah, like I just spam it.
Jeez, Dara, if you wanted to spend the night with me, you should have just said so. And then I'll look at the actual
I'd turn away.
You notice her and Aldris working on a really interesting contraption that makes no sense to you, Georgiana, but you can tell it's important and
All right.
looks interesting. Difficult to surmise exactly what it will do, but all the same.
So, where are we headed?
Well, that's actually in the data pad that you maybe didn't read.
I skimmed through it.
And you are the pilot, so...
I skimmed through it.
Okay.
Kind of need to know where we're going.
All right, so
Nah.
the pilot walks in and says, hey, everyone, where are we going?
I mean, I can pilot, I'm just not as good at it.
All right, so no one is worried. Georgiana, you remember? Oh, yes, actually, I have all the information, and I'm flying this ship, so that's me.
All right. I'll listen to it more carefully this time.
Alrighty, as I mentioned before, it is actually very, very, very simple. It's literally just shoved off in the middle of nowhere in space, as to not attract attention. But yes, as I said before, most people do not come here as there is no business, there is no sights to see. This isn't a throughway or anything, as there's too many asteroids and just stuff. Part of the base, if you want to call it that, the facility was actually destroyed, so they had to seal it. But half of it is still, fortunately, intact.
Did Nara provide me schematics of the area so I can pre-plan a landing?
Nara was able to find what the schematics used to look like, and once again, this was above board, so nothing should have changed.
All right. I'll turn on the shipwide radiocom.
Okay.
We all locked and loaded?
Huh?
I missed out on a cat boy because of this.
Missed out.
Listen, the money for this is gonna be worth it.
It better be.
It'll get you 2 cat boys. I'm just kidding.
I mean, he did have friends.
It might get you.
You don't have.
more than
I don't
2
think you
cat
have to
boys.
pay for them. It's okay.
Ooh.
Yes, I'll be
GG.
clear. She did not pay for this cat boy. That was
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah, okay.
saying. I was.
Yeah.
why
I'm
I
sure
was a
there's an
joke.
option to pay for cat boys, though.
There's definitely an option.
GG.
Oh, definitely. All right, so do I'm going to take that as a good to go, and away we off.
All right.
GG.
Yes.
What is that I smell? Is that? Achoo!
The poof is in your lap, Georgiana.
What?
Yes, it's in my lap.
Don't bring a cat on board.
It's maybe a cat. Don't worry. Just don't come over here, Captain. And I cuddle it closer.
It nuzzles into you, and you can feel its little nibby legs trying to hold onto your thigh, but it can't.
All right,
It's
warp
unable
speed
to.
ahead, GG.
I'm gonna have to sew on some little straps or something to my shoulder so it can hang on better.
It's
Wait, I
trying.
forgot to get a new blanket.
It's trying. Aw.
No!
We'll get one later.
My blanket.
Don't worry.
Light warp, go.
The cat will just roll over it and reassemble the
No, I
blanket.
don't
Don't
want
worry.
that. No,
Yeah,
no.
there you go.
No,
There
please.
you go.
No, please.
No.
Alrighty.
Oh, don't do it.
No, please don't. All right, we all head forward to said location. And as we arrive, we are met with the wonderful inky blackness of space. And just up ahead of you, we all indeed see the research facility. It's essentially just chilling there. No lights are on, of course.
Where? I don't see it on the map. I'm just kidding.
I'll put it here. It's nearby, but not.
There she blows.
All right. From this distance, y'all can see it just over the way. While looking around, we kind of check around a bit. Maybe do a quick scan to see if anything is nearby.
So we're looking for a weapon, and we're looking for what again, Nara?
I'm sorry, what?
The mystery object. What could you gather from the intel?
Oh, well, didn't you read the file I sent you?
Listen, he explained it to me, but it didn't really make much sense. All I know is we can't damage it, and we need to get it.
I don't know how to tell you that if you can't understand the file, I'm not going to say it much better.
She did write the file. That is a good point.
I'm just kidding. I actually just really don't know what to say.
It was vague. Unfortunately, there's almost nothing to ascertain from it. And after you ask if she found anything else, she unfortunately really didn't. There's
It's
literally
an
nothing on
object,
it.
though, right?
It's a thing. It's something that needs to be brought back.
Thing.
Yes.
Okay.
An object. I mean, yeah, object. Yeah, it's a thing you can
Something
physically bring back. Yes.
Corporal.
Yes. Yeah. It's
Corporeal,
corporeal.
rather.
Well,
That's
let's
all I
get
got.
to it. Let's get in that facility and bust it out.
All right. It is large enough that if you guys were to park behind it or somewhere away from it, you could indeed technically hide your ship. You could dock if you wished. I can't guarantee, the validity of that and how safe it is. But where are
I
we
say
leaving
we
the
land
cruise?
on top and cut our way in
Okay.
like ninjas.
All right. The facility is completely dark. There's once again no lights. The closest sun is rather far away, so it's basically a
Gigi,
massive
land us on top.
hunk of metal just floating through space. All right. The Kabuto moves in and lands on top of the facility with a kadunk. As it pauses, you guys hear somewhat of a groaning. Maybe the facility is, leaning a bit. Then kind of stops, and then y'all are fine.
I'll just do us the favor, man the cutty weapon thingy.
Get the cutty weapon thingy.
The cutty weapon thingy.
Yeah,
I grabbed the cutty weapon thingy.
All right, the cutty weapon thing has been armed by Aldris as you're drilling into the roof, basically, the ceiling.
yeah.
Okay. As you begin to drill down into the facility, you realize that, unsurprisingly, it has a pretty thick hull, and this will take not forever, but it'll take a minute, so you guys have time to prepare. Ryder, Georgiana, and Nara, while Aldris is cutting, what are the plans? What are we doing?
All right, game plan. First, when we bust in, we're gonna drop some smoke bombs in, creating a distraction if there's anybody in there, and then we're gonna drop down in our mechs, and then we're gonna pull out our guns to make sure nobody's there if there is anybody there. And if there is, then Nara, that's when you throw the EMP grenade, bah, and deactivates anybody's things that are electronic.
The cat cheers at that, Peter at the end.
Grenade? Yeah, sure, I can do that. I can do that for you, no problem.
Good plan, Captain.
Thank you.
Just give me the go-ahead.
Let me rewind you guys a wee bit. I heard the word mech. Technically, your mechs won't fit inside here. If you drill a massive hole,
I didn't know how big this was.
it's a facility for people to go into.
Okay, my bad.
yeah.
Rewind. We drop down in human form.
Okay, and then
we throw smoke
everything
bombs.
else, yeah.
I do a barrel flip, backflip, somersault into the facility with me, Gigi, Nara. Me and Gigi pull out our guns like badasses. Nara behind us. If anybody with weird tech stuff, she throws EMP grenade to deactivate them, and then we're like, put it down. You got served.
All right. Aldris, you have
Serve.
you finished drilling and you're just staring at Ryder as he's re-explaining his plan. But the hole is indeed ready for deployment.
I'm gonna walk over to the opening of our ship. I'm gonna look at everybody. I'm like, you ready? And I'm pull out 2 smoke bombs and be like, tink. I'm like, here we go. And
Okay.
I drop them down.
Hold up. Okay. Obviously,
I jumped in before
you did what?
I said I jumped in.
Oh, okay. me rewind 2 seconds. So you guys are obviously in spacesuits because we are in space. Meaning, of course, if your suit is damaged, you will just kind of implode because vacuum of space and all that. And you also drilled a hole in this thing. So to rewind on that, if there were any air in this, obviously it would have decompressed, etc., etc. That did not happen. Meaning something has already penetrated it, or it was just already opened. A door, a vent, something. So there's basically no air in this thing to your guys' knowledge.
Interesting.
Good to know. Good to know.
It would have been very obvious when you guys drilled the hole. You would have heard it like decompress and whatnot, and it would have been very, I don't want to say loud because we're in space, just super obvious. That did not happen. So whatever this section of the facility is open and ready to go. Aldous, you dive in as Ryder prepares his smoke grenades. Gigi and Nara are right behind.
Yeah.
I assume we all jump in the hole?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously I'm
Sorry.
I'm in the back, I guess.
Ryder's in space. He's dead.
I overshot.
It's okay.
Floats up.
You tried.
Hi.
Already.
All right, we land. Smoke's around us.
All right. You guys land. There's smoke around you. And unsurprisingly, silence greets you. As you look around the room, you begin to run a...
I pull out my pistol.
You pull out your pistol and you run a scan of the room for life. If anything is in the area. Not entirely sure. It is very silent as the smoke slowly settles. And as it does, you are greeted with one of the research rooms. Old and rotted with age. And various space critters that have worked their way in. You see certain things skitter along the walls. Nothing dangerous. These are just, your usual small space mites, if you will. They are traditionally not dangerous. Strange looking, bulbous in nature, but they just prefer to stick to dark areas, and they'll slowly eat at old, rotted facilities such as this one. And you can see where they've sort of begun their work. Probably assume that's where all the air got sucked in.
So, based on their work, what's the estimated time this thing's been here?
It's been here for years, definitely. You can say maybe 10, 15.
Nara, can you do a scan to see if there's any life other than these little things up ahead?
Absolutely. Would that be investigate? Notice? For scans?
That is a wonderful question. I want to say notice with your eyes. Because you're messing with technology, I would say you choose between investigate or notice. Whatever is better for you.
I have a plus more on notice, so
Go for that one.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. Running a quick scan of the facility, Dara. You think you see more life, but it could just be a larger mite. Up ahead, maybe a room or two away from this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna call up to the Kabuto to drop down, because I always have this prepared on my ship when we do these kind of like bust-ins.
Okay.
So the Kabuto is kind of like has a thing where it can kind of close off like the hole we built, but it's like not permanent. Like it can like open it up like right when we're ready to leave, just so the air kind of comes back to normal.
Well, if there's no air in the facility, then it will never fill up, so...
Well, I mean, like as in, like, we can open another door and be fine without having to breathe.
That makes sense. Yeah, definitely. So the Kabuto launches out this foam-like substance that essentially hits the hole and just kind of... It expands and then seals it, and you know, Ryder, this is very easy to push your way through. It's not, obviously, as you said, permanent, but it will seal off the hole for now.
We have locked ourselves in there like that?
This facility is completely pitch black, by the way. There is no light. And now you guys have closed that hole. Any light coming from the stars is blotted out, so you guys are in a pitch black room. Of course, you guys have lights.
Turn on my flashlight.
Unfortunately, these aren't those really shitty LED lights that only light up like one specific area. They are not necessarily a floodlight, but you guys can pretty easily control with your with the interface in your helmet how focused you want this light and how much of the room you want to light up. So in this dark room, you guys can see up ahead, there is indeed a sealed door. There are various tables and chairs. Once again,
through that door.
you can tell this is one of the research rooms, but there's definitely nothing left behind. So they didn't abandon this place. They scooped everything out and left. So there's nothing here, technically. So I'll ask the four of you, how much light are you guys wanting to produce? Are you trying to just are we going in hot, like full lights?
I just have my light on my pistol.
And you asked Aldris to open the door?
Yeah, I just want him to use it with magic to open the door.
Okay. Does Aldris comply? Has Aldris died?
Aldris died again.
Aldris, no.
Always dead.
There we go.
Door open.
All right.
Door open.
From a distance, you do the hand wave, and the door and you see a spark or two, and it kind of it slides open with maybe a little too much force. Obviously, nothing is automated, so whatever gears were holding it in place are definitely stripped, but the door is indeed open. And you can see just beyond there, no air, decompressors or anything. So also in this next hallway, upcoming, vacant of air, unsurprisingly.
All right. Well, we move forward.
All right. As the four of you begin to move forward, one of you accidentally steps on one of the mites, and it kind of squishes under your shoe, then kind of and scurries away. Almost felt like stepping on a giant marshmallow.
Are we able to get Nara? Are we able to get the map, the blueprints of this facility?
Was I?
Yes,
Would
you
that
were.
be good?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep,
definitely.
it was above
I
the
also
board
want to say
information.
that I have something that I definitely don't have.
You can always ask. If I say it and you forget, just ask. But yes, so that is definitely something that you have. The blueprint was above board. Nara, you're able to access it very easily. You guys got a basic blueprint with this mission, but Nara got the full thing, head to toe. Even the missing chunk that literally isn't here anymore, she has as well. You guys can see up ahead there is a hallway, and unsurprising, there is a room to the left, room to the right, room to the left, room to the right, and then a very large room, which is most likely the eatery. And then going around, there are just rooms everywhere, hallways. You guys would, depending on what you guys are looking for, you don't know where this item is, but it's being temporarily stored here for someone to come pick it up. And looking around, you can tell no one's been here, so this is actually a pretty good place to store something. It is dead.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to the room to the right.
All right. Are you guys splitting up or all heading to the same rooms?
Thinking we should probably stick together.
Yeah, at least 2 and
What do you
2,
mean?
right?
Splitting the party's
Yeah.
never gone wrong.
I mean, it hasn't gone right. Sure.
Okay, so Ryder's moving
We
to
go together.
All right, we all go together. Ryder goes into the room to the right. Some of these doors are already actually opened, fortunately. So just a quick shoulder shove and or press with your hand, and you're able to slide them open. Looking around, Ryder, you can see that this is another empty room, unfortunately, that does not link to another one. Quite large in its expanse. Upon shining your light around, you see more of the mites sort of scatter.
Well,
Again,
that's unfortunate.
this many mites is normal, right?
Relatively normal, yes.
Okay.
There's only 4 or 5.
I want something in these rooms. To the next room.
All right. As you guys begin to move around from room to room, you see a few more mites, 2 here, 3 here. Nothing really too alarming. But as you guys move into a room further in, just before the mess hall, you actually run into a room that, once again, the door is locked, but on the far end of the room. So let's imagine it like this, if we will. This is the hallway where Nara, Ryder, and Aldris are. We move into the room like so, and the corner where Aldris is, there are hundreds of mites, but they're all specifically pressed up against this wall. And you do know there's more facility over this way, but it would be through the wall.
Do they normally burrow through walls like that?
Seems like we
Nope.
have a mite infestation.
We might.
Have a problem. Indeed.
Yeah. Captain, I'm getting creepy vibes here.
No. Nah.
Mighty
This
creepy
bugs
vibes.
me.
I hate this.
They offer you no harm when you guys shine a light on them. They just scatter. It almost looks like the wall itself is moving, and you can see that, yes, they have indeed been quite voraciously actually eating into this wall.
Is there a
pretty good
door
wall.
over there, or
This is
They haven't
this is really fun.
they haven't eaten through it, but you can tell they've eaten various chairs and tables. They've actually been moving around quite a bit. You can see what could have once been a hole in the ceiling, but the metal would have like warped and twisted around it due to the pressure.
is there a door on that side where they're eating?
No, you need to completely go through the mess hall and then around into the next hallway to get to whatever room would be on the opposite side of this wall, or shoot through the wall, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna
That would take some effort, obviously. They're metal, but
do the first option.
going around.
Yeah.
All right, cool. As you guys head in and begin to move about, you hear something shift in the distance. You hear metal grinding against metal. It's quick and it's
I'm gonna
sudden.
hit something on my watch to scan for like it's like a sensor. It's like a sonar to see if I can sense anything.
Like movement?
within the radius.
Sure. You activate, and as you look down, you see lots of movement, but it's small. And you see the mass behind you as you kind of reorient your scanner. And looking up ahead, you can tell maybe a room or so to the north. Not necessarily in the area of where the mites are trying to go, but close by, one room over, if anything, someone has entered a room. And you can see various pips, and these are humanoid in size.
In the room up ahead.
In the room up ahead.
All right, guys. Game plan. Huddle up.
All right, cuddling.
Shouldn't be anyone alive
right.
here, should there?
What?
Well, it's probably other people with the same bounty.
All
Eh.
right. So there's
Oh,
possibly
yeah, it's
people up
possible.
ahead. We're gonna fandangle them. All right. We're gonna pull the old this is ours. Get out of here. Move. So
I'm so sorry, Captain. You're gonna have to run that by me again.
okay, I'm gonna explain the secret tactic that we're gonna do.
Okay, I'm listening.
All right, so we have two options. You guys can pick. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. First option, we can go over there, sneak up, SWAT style, right? You know, we throw some divergence in, either smoke bombs, EMPs, whatever, to scramble them, and then we go in there and be like, hold it up, put your hands up, blah, blah, blah. But we're not gonna actually shoot them, but that was just sound effects.
Okay.
Or we go with option 2, confusion. Just made that word up right now. Fine.
Love a good new word.
So what we're gonna do is one of you is gonna run past the door, look inside, and be like, everybody run, they're coming, we're gonna die, and then just bolt, and we're gonna see what happens. And then 3 of us are gonna wait and see if they come out the door, and then that's when we jump them.
You know what? How about you just tell me what to do? And I'll do what I can.
I vote Nara play Damsel in Distress.
Well, hands in favor of Mara's dress. Raise your hand.
I could make a fake Nara for that.
I lift mine.
Well, that's no fun.
You
But
can do
all
that?
Okay, fine. You want to do it?
No.
Go.
I mean, what will the fake Nara act like? I
Like
don't want to
you?
be. Okay.
It'll
I
be
just don't
you.
want. If it should be at least as good
Or I'll
as
mess
me.
it up and it'll be real weird.
I believe in you. You know,
All right,
you know
so
me
game
pretty
plan
well.
2 it is.
Alrighty.
So Nara, are you gonna run, or is Aldra's gonna make a fake version of you?
Well, what do you think would be easier? Well, I guess me running in would be easier.
Well, I mean, it depends on how good he can cast his clone version of you.
How good do you think the clone version is going to be, Aldris? How
I don't
about
know.
you go ahead and make a clone, and if it doesn't do well, I'll run in.
I'll just make one and you can judge it based on appearance, and then if you don't like it, then you can run it.
Yeah. I think
So
that's a
if
good
you,
idea.
If you make a
It's
clone,
ugly.
yeah, so if you make a clone of Nara, whatever prestidigitation we're going for would only last for so long.
Yeah, I was only going for like maybe 10 seconds or something.
Yeah, so no matter the quality of it, it'll only last 10 seconds. So the one that you create...
It's gonna be believable.
Right, exactly. So basically...
Before we do this, if I decide it's not good enough in 10 seconds and I run in, what should I say?
When you run past, being like, everybody get out of here, they're coming, we're gonna die. Say the monsters are coming, we're gonna die. Emphasize that there's a big nasty thing gonna kill us, and then run. And then me, Gigi, and Aldris are gonna have our guns ready to pop out and be like, yo, what's up?
Okay. All right.
Do we know from like big scary space monsters? So she's not just the monster's coming.
We're pretending like there's monsters. There's already mics
They're
in
coming
here.
to get you, Barbara.
Oh!
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right,
The spooky boys are coming.
Spooky boys.
Judge my fake Nara.
Okay.
Oh my.
Your fake Nara is pretty good. Adequate.
Nara.
In the time it takes you to judge, a hologram basically of Nara is summoned. It isn't perfect and it doesn't last too long, but if he were to roll this again and tell it to go in there and do what it does, you think from a distance, and also not knowing Nara, it should work.
Go. We only have 10 seconds. Go.
So you have to roll again basically if you want to go with that plan.
Alright.
Let's all get into position first.
Okay. What is the position? The position is like just outside the room, or?
Well, you said this is like a room outside the mess hall, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna we're gonna hide behind some like counters and like tables that are like enough shielding, like pillars or whatever.
Can I stand by the door so if somebody runs in, I can trip them? I've always wanted to do that.
You want to, definitely.
Well, we want them to run out. We don't want one to run out and then trip them. So if you're gonna do that, be behind them, so then you have the scoop on the back.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
That works.
And then we take one hostage.
That puts you in a somewhat risky position, but you can definitely do that.
All right, ready? Action.
All right. You cast your illusion of Nara, and she runs over to the room that has recently been opened. And you guys can hear them shifting about. They're not really attempting to be too quiet, but the shifting, as you guys have been discussing this, has actually echoed and gotten further and further away. And you hear her shout down into the hall, "The Blogensop are going to get us!" And as her voice echoes through the hall, you hear more shifting as she kind of whoop, 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 and then runs around. And then you see her run past you, Nara, and kind of wink, and you can tell one of her eyes was slightly too big, but it's okay because she like poofs into dust as she runs past you. And just across the way, you do indeed hear some folk coming your way, but you need to pause for a moment because they're linked. That's good. You need to pause for a moment because you can hear that there's a couple of folk. The footsteps of at least
while this
five,
is happening on
6
comms,
people.
I'm gonna be like, when I give the signal, pop out.
Okay. And with that, you hear some chatter. Difficult to hear from this distance. Hear some more chatter. And then one person pops their head out, kind of looks around a bit. Gun obviously drawn. This person is not a scientist. This person is not any form of like space police or anything. They are wearing a rather dark spacesuit so that they can blend in. They lean out a bit further, and their lights are down for now. It's all local. He raises his rifle as he begins to kind of look around, then walks through into the mess hall and slowly begins to pan the flashlight from pillar to pillar.
Can I ask a question real quick for
You
Nara?
Mm-hmm.
What is your stealth rating at?
4.
Your stuff's really good, yeah.
Great. Please sneak up behind him and grab him.
Okay, so you are, so we'll say, Nara, you are close enough that you wouldn't be immediately seen, because that's silly. But currently he's the only one out, but you do hear multiple folk behind him.
We want to take him hostage, so then we have like a talking point.
Yeah, Yeah, they're not coming through
okay.
there.
I'll do
so,
that.
all right. Let me clear the door.
Say
So
over
he's not
comms,
in
I'm gonna
yet.
say over comms, be like, Nar, grab him. We're gonna pop out.
Yeah, so let me clear the door
Okay.
situation. The door is big enough for one person to fit through. It's not wide enough because it hasn't been opened all the way. There are folk behind him, and yes, he is completely in the room, and he's scanning from left to right, and you're to his right, Nara, just behind him, and starting to scan and look through the room.
I'm gonna jump on him.
You're gonna jump on it?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna roll.
Well, did he give me the go ahead?
Yeah,
Yes,
I say,
yeah.
Nara, get him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do it.
right to go for it. So I'm gonna roll my notice against your stealth. All right then.
I got
My
so
ni-
scared.
my
I thought he
dice-
rolled a 6, and I was
I
like,
know, right?
fuck.
My dice hit your dice. All right, excellent. As he begins to slowly pan over, you silent as the grave, Nara. You're able to
Get him in
move.
a chokehold.
Yeah, you move in quickly, and I will say in this position, you didn't just succeed; you succeeded with style, my friend. So this will be a boost specifically for you. Obviously, you have your hostage. I'll just say a quick hostage. It doesn't have any things on it necessarily, but all the same. That is yours specifically. You quickly grab the hostage. As you whip behind him, I'll just move him over to you. You
Okay.
just fling yourself behind this guy. You knock his weapon out silently, though, and you grab him perfectly. Just tick, 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 and you have him. He didn't notice in time. You fully have him, and he pauses for a moment, obviously, to say something. You can't stop him from speaking into his comms, and he very clearly contacted the other men in the room. He's struggling against
They
you. but
don't
he-
even try it.
Yeah, you definitely have him. And he's chilling. He's like, all right.
All right, then I start to back up.
Okay. You start to move him further and further away from the door. The rest of you guys doing anything?
No, I'm telling everybody to hold their positions.
Okay. As you were saying that, he turns to you, Nar, and fairly quietly, he says, "You're making a mistake."
I kick him in the back of the knee.
All right. Are you attempting to get him to go down to
Real
his
quick
knees?
before anything else happens, Aldris and Gigi, what kind of weapons do you have again?
Magic.
So Aldris, you have no guns, right?
I can't remember what I had.
Would probably have a basic pistol, but
Okay, but you're just using magic in this situation.
Yeah, I think I have a basic pistol too.
Well, you have 2 pistols last time.
So 2 basic pistols.
Okay. All right, so I have my assault rifle out. You have your 2 pistols, and then Aldris magic fingers. All right.
Yeah.
all right.
Wait.
I just want to make sure what
Instead
weapons
of-
we have, so I'm not like telling you to do something that you can't do.
Instead of kicking him in the back of the knee, he's in a chokehold, yeah?
Yeah. Basically,
I'm gonna
however you want
squeeze
to
him
have
around
him.
the neck, so it makes it harder for him to talk.
Okay.
Because I just don't want him to say anything.
You can feel his neck muscles push against you, Nara, but you have him where you want him, and he kind of like coughs a bit at that. And you can tell he ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And then
And
after,
then I say again, don't bother.
I'm gonna chuck a talking device on the ceiling so they don't like you can't really see it if you weren't looking, but I can speak through it so it sounds like they don't know where I'm coming from, but I can speak through it.
sure.
And I'm gonna wait for them to come out.
And you're throwing it like forward up into the ceiling.
Yeah, so it's like gonna be like right in front of like Nara.
Okay, roll me shoot for the accuracy on that one, so it lands where you want it to. Oh, yeah, it did. All right. No one's gonna see this unless they are actively looking for it. It is not only is it in a good position, it is like stealthily in a good position. All right, and after a somewhat too long pause, you hear a voice emanate from the room beyond, and it just says, "Hello? Who's out there? We know you have our guy."
Wise of you to come out with your hands up.
You can tell that they are discussing something amongst themselves. And then they respond, "Listen, the odds of you accidentally coming here are quite low. But let's just say this does not benefit you, friend. Let our man go and be on your way.
It would benefit you for all of your men to come out, because we have your man and we have your whole situation covered.
You hear more discussions. And after another pause, here's somewhat of a laugh. It says, yeah, you can keep him.
Oh.
As for that, I don't think you have us covered or surrounded. In fact, I think it's the other way. Your ship out there
Awfully
isn't
bold.
exactly hidden, now is it? Would be a shame if something happened to it now, wouldn't it?
Don't you dare touch that ship.
It would also be a shame if all of you died in a bloody mess if you don't come out with your hands up. We have you surrounded.
I'm willing to take the risk there, buddy. Let's put it this way. If you don't let our man go right now and be on your merry way, we'll turn your ship into scrap. Dead or not, you guys look going nowhere.
I'm gonna, what do you call it? Hold on, I'm thinking
Sure.
with my brain.
What are you trying to accomplish?
I wanna roll. Sorry. I had two ideas, but the one idea I don't really want to go with that one.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to see if Aldris, I'm gonna radio Aldris and I'm gonna ask him if he can get a magical vision of like who's in there, like to see like what we're working with.
Wait,
Kind of like a 4C like through the wall.
You should be able to do
Okay.
that,
can I do something really quick?
yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I just want to think that with my chokehold, I think I can get that guy to pass out.
You want to knock
I
him
don't
out all the
wanna
way?
Yeah, I don't want to kill him. I just want to make him pass out
Okay.
because I don't want to hold him anymore.
That's completely fair. I would say that is an athletics against, I'll say his physique.
I still think he should have, I'm already in position. So it's fine to roll against it, but I do think I should have an advantage. I guess advantages are weird on here, so never
Oh no,
mind.
the thing is, you do. Your advantage is the quick hostage. So
Oh.
if we're beating him so soundly, you can invoke that to give yourself a +3, +2, or reroll.
So I should roll first and then...
Yes, yeah, always roll first
Okay.
because you could win for all you know.
Okay, so it's athletics.
Athletics, yeah. You're trying to basically choke this guy out. Okay, you didn't need it.
Oh, good.
Excellent. All right. So
Nice.
he struggles against you, Nara, but you're able to quickly put him down. Now I'm gonna leave the boost there, but you can only use it in a situation where you have the actual hostage. So
That's
in combat,
I'm
this
gonna
is-
keep an eye on him. I'm
yeah.
not...
So basically, I'll put it this way: it's used for your current positioning, and they think you still have him. So once that
Yeah.
goes away, this situation goes poof.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay.
So while I'm waiting for Aldris to do his thing, I'm just like,
The question is, what is your...
sorry, I'm trying to think of the phrasing. Pretty much I'm trying to ask them like what are they doing here?
Okay. After you
Well, I'm
ask
trying
them
to think
that,
of, like,
they
the phrasing of.
yeah, basically.
So I had a different way of saying it, but
Okay.
not like without being like, "What are you doing here?"
Well,
But I didn't want to
okay.
say like, "What's your mission?"
If you want to say it a particular way to get them to react, you can always roll something, or you can just basically say, what are you guys doing here, and I can respond to that. Your choice.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a word, and I just had it, and then like my brain blanked.
No worries. If you think we can cross that bridge again. After you ask that question, they say, "Listen, buddy, this is not going to benefit you to stay around any longer. We'll count to 5.
Oh.
And I'll count to 3 before your buddy's head is exploded.
Listen, he messed up. He deserves whatever fate awaits him. Idiot shouldn't have gone in first.
I'll just do the thing.
All right, well, while they're having this conversation, I'll just go ahead and just roll your magic. And I will say to see, this will be a sliding scale as per usual. But baseline, to see in there, we need a 3. And anything past that will get you more. If you want to boost that anyway, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, we'll leave it at 2. Just let me know.
Can I boost it with anything?
Well, you are a magic boy and you're using magic, so you can either +2 it, or you can re-roll it. It costs a fate point, of course.
Yeah, sure. I got one of those for free. I'll just +2 it.
+2, okay. So up to a 4. Slightly beyond, you do know that there are 3 men in there, but there are more. So you know for a fact there are 3. One of them is very close to the door. The other 2 are probably a little off from the door. You can tell that their weapons are indeed drawn, but there's more than 3. You can't put your finger on it. And fortunately, you're able to also sort of contain this scan. So it's something they maybe kind of like felt on their skin, but that could just be, the chills. So you don't hear or feel them respond anyway after you kind of reach out and touch Faith. But there's minimum 3 dudes in there.
I'm gonna use now that Aldrich told me that, I'm gonna use the item that I picked up at the shop because I was reloading my ammo.
Okay.
I'm gonna chuck in my EMP grenade.
Okay. What are you attempting to do with the EMP grenade?
Deactivate. I'm trying to deactivate if they have electronic weapons. I'm trying to deactivate that. I'm also trying to deactivate their comms that are on their suits, so they can't access if there's any other soldiers that are in another ship or anything, so they can't call out. So I'm pretty much leaving them to the basic weapons if that's what they have.
All right. That's going to be a shoot roll, and we're rolling to create an advantage. So you'll need to... All right. You need to split a 4 amongst 3 people. You need to tell me who gets which.
I guess the guy in the front 2, and then the 2 guys in the back 1.
1-1, okay. They'll use athletics to try to dodge. We'll start with the first guy on the left. So the guy in front is 2, the guys in the back are 1. We'll do the guys in the back first, the 1s. Is that not... Okay, so a tie on that creates a boost for you. Wow, nice. All right, that's another tie. And the guy up front. Holy shit, 3 ties. Are you kidding me?
Can I boost it with a fate point?
You may. Go ahead and pop one of those. I assume you want to add +2 and not re-roll because that roll was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the 6, we'll say that is indeed... this is slightly awkward. Okay. We'll say that is indeed a success. The EMP'd with a pre-invoke. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the room in general and just say with that extra 2, they all effectively failed. It's only going to have 1 free invoke, so it won't last for very long. Basically, when you attack them, if you invoke it, obviously, you get the free usuals. And anyone can, for the time being, we'll say this will last not any number of rounds, but, for a certain amount of time. And then it'll eventually go away. So we'll say 2 rounds-ish of actual combat. But yeah, you threw the gauntlet, my friend. Time to add everyone to the combat tracker. As you throw in your EMP, you can hear it kind of and go off, and you can hear cursing for a moment as it gets somewhat louder. Whatever weapons they have on them might no longer be useful. You're not entirely sure, but you can hear them sort of shuffle away from the door, and they're no longer at the door. Exactly.
It doesn't sound so good in there now, does it, boys?
They can't respond as their comms are down. They can hear you, but they can't.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't reply. I wonder why that is.
They cannot project their voice. You do notice something, Ryder, though. You have lost communications with the Kabuto. Not because it's destroyed, but because something is interfering.
No.
All right. I would say someone, let's jump into our popcorn initiative. Someone that's not Ryder gets to go next. Rider pick.
Or...
Rider choose.
Yeah,
Yes, sorry.
doesn't Ryder get to
Ride or
choose?
die, buddy.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So Nara just choked out homeboy.
Yep.
I'll just. I'm gonna go with GG because GG hasn't done anything yet.
All right, GG.
Um.
They are all pushed deep into this room.
Well. I'll look to the boss. Are we trying to kill or disarm?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Let's try to take them and question them, but if we have to kill them, or at least a few of them to get some answers, then don't worry about that. Let's leave at least one alive so we can get some answers.
Hub,
Yes.
do you think I could have like a portable gun version of my mech?
Elaborate?
You know, it's like a maybe kind of like a chunky gun, but it reacts to my lollipop same as my mech does.
Sure. If you want to elaborate on that, we can add it as a stunt. We can add it as an extra, but for the time being, yeah. Basically, you guys can have anything as long as it's not mechanically, like, obviously overpowered. And if it is, we can still add it, but we need to, like, officially add it. So it basically, so the rules are consistent, effectively.
All right, then the question is, how do I eat a sucker with a suit on?
Well, I would say, GG, miss, I must have my suckers. I don't see why your suit couldn't just, like, deposit one into your mouth. Maybe you have, like, maybe in your helmet, you have just, like, a row of lollipops in front of you, and then you just, like, command the one you want, and it just, like, pops up, goes in your mouth.
All right.
And it spins, too!
I'm gonna do that.
It sucks itself. I mean, no, yeah. You know what I
I want
mean? The whole world.
I want a marshmallow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna spray like a sticky substance at them.
Okay, so you're okay. So keep in mind, they are in beyond a room, so you won't be shooting anyone directly.
Oh, then can I peek around the room and go shoot them?
That'd be very dangerous, but you can do that. So I guess to set the scene, you guys are in a very large mess hall, and beyond the way, there are minimum 3 dudes in a room, but the door is like a standard house door, but smaller. Only because it is like ajar and kind of push off to the side.
I mean, all I need to do is stick my gun around the corner, right?
Correct.
I will do that.
Okay. So you rush forward. You don't know, are you popping your head in? Kind of get a quick visual on them.
Yeah, just a quick, like, which direction do I aim?
Okay.
Doing the Tom Clancy peek.
Yeah.
Okay. You get a quick look and you can see 3 dudes kind of hitting at their weapons, but you can tell that's at least one of them was not deactivated. And you only get a quick look. So with this, if you're aiming for more than one guy, this would be the exact same thing Ryder just rolled. It'd be a shoot roll, and then we divide it between the guys.
Shoot.
Mm-hmm. You're shooting the goo, if you will. Okay.
Not the goo.
Shooting the goo, as one does, as is tradition, if you will. Okay. So you fire that off, and that's gonna be 1 each, I assume.
Yeah.
All right, 1 each. And they're going to attempt to avoid this as they do. The first one, holy mother of God. Okay, there's my good roll.
They said no marshmallow.
They said no marshmallow. All right. So you rush in, Georgiana, and you fire in order to hit them. So with this, create an advantage. You failed, so you can do one of 2 things. Wait, hold on. That makes no sense. Do I pick that? So this one I don't get. It says fail or give a free invoke to the enemy. Why would you ever do the second one? Is that something I
that's
pick?
a you pick thing then.
To make the fight
We
more
would-
interesting.
We would never pick the second one like
Yeah, unless I'm reading that wrong.
I feel like that's something you would do.
Yeah. Okay. Weird. I will say yeah. Primarily because of the position they're in, and they can see you, they're gonna get something out of that, just knowing your general position, Georgiana. But
You can call the what's it called again? The thing that they get?
what?
The little is it evokes, right?
Invoke?
Or invokes?
Yeah.
You can call the invoke that they get pigeonholing because they have to go through the small hole.
Yeah, I'll figure out the phrasing on that. That one's always confused me. Okay, one of them will go next. The knocked out chump is just knocked out, so I'm gonna go ahead and just throw him down to the bottom of the hoo-ha until he gets to potentially wake up. Who knows? All right, you're trying to rush back to get into position, Georgiana, but one of the gentlemen, if you will, potentially the lad up front, he's going to attempt to take a shoot at you. As you will dive away, you'll have to dodge using your athletics skill. Alrighty. So he only beat you by 2 shifts. So as he dives around the corner, unfortunately, he was able to get a pretty good eye on you. As, like I mentioned, you did have to run up to the door to shoot this, and he unloads. You can tell this is a more traditional gun. No lasers. As he fires at you, Georgiana, you'll take 2 shifts of damage.
Rude.
Very rude. All right, Georgiana, opt for someone else to go next.
Nara.
Yeah, the mage stun. Oh, nice. All right, Nara. You have a knocked out doofus next to you.
As long as he's still knocked out, I'm not going to deal with him. Is there anybody... Okay. What's happening with all the people? Like,
They are pushed into the room, so they're effectively in a really good position. All they have to do is pop their head out, shoot, and pop back. The only way to really hit them is to do what Ryder did, throw something in, or do what Georgiana did and run up to the door and shoot in. You'll just put yourself in a really bad position if you do so. So either you need to get them to come out, or something along those lines.
So there's only one door leading into this room, right? Not 2 doors?
There's only one door leading in, yes. You didn't... so Georgiana, I will say you did see into the room further. There's a room beyond that. It keeps going.
All right, I'll relay back if there's another room.
I'm just not sure what I can do here besides making sure that guy stays knocked out.
So of course you can try doing things. So I haven't added the aspect yet, but this room, the facility, in general has the aspect of well defended. And if you guys want to use a fate point to poke that, you can, and it can add to your defense rolls, or it can add to not your attack rolls necessarily, but it does cost a fate point, of course. So if you get nailed by like 6 damage, I'd probably recommend using that, just because you guys are well defended, but so are they. So
How much was GG hit with?
just 2. That's not much. She can just she can just mark stress. It's not a big deal. If it was 6, I'd say yeah, use it. But you only have so many fate points.
I mean, is there any way I can help other people here?
Oh, you can do a ton of things. I mean, realistically, they are quote unquote stunned for like 2 rounds, we'll say. This is round 1, so for this round they can't use their technological shit. Georgiana knows that one of them definitely can't use his gun because he was whacking it. Clearly, one of them can use their gun. He popped out and shot. It's, more traditional. You're not sure if the other guy has a backup weapon. He might, but you're not entirely sure. So realistically, I know vague, but you can try to bolster your allies. You can try to boost somebody here. You can try to further lock them in. You can try to throw something in from a distance. Basically, whatever you want to do. You can try to disrupt them further. Now, they already EMP'd, so you can't like double EMP somebody.
Right.
You can try, but
You can add to the EMP. You can. So if you create an advantage, you can add a free invoke to an existing aspect. So you can extend this EMP. And when you guys go to attack them, if you poke the free EMP invoke, you can add +2 to your roll. And if you use a fate point, you can once again add 2 to your roll or reroll.
Can I extend the EMP then?
Yeah, definitely. I assume you would have, some form of grenade or something on you?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, you can tell me. So there's 3 guys in there. If you want, you tell me how many guys you want to aim at before you roll, and then we'll roll and divide it up.
Does it look like one of them is kind of more of a leader?
One of them was definitely speaking over the others, yes. Now,
I'd like to...
I mean, you guys know the meta information. I have one named Frontman. So yeah, we can say one's aimed at the leader and they got two backup boys.
Oh, one's named Frontman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll aim at him.
Okay.
You know, cut off the head of the snake and all that.
Okay, just him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to give, like a, what is it? Did you say +2 or something to him? Against him? Or something?
Okay, so you'll obviously have to move up to the door, so you can't really use your quick hostage on that. You can you can invoke the free EMP if you wish, because they're frazzled in this room and they're kind of freaking out trying to like get their shit to work. They're clearly
Are
desperately
there
trying
lights
to.
in that room?
Are there no? There were, but you can actually see them after you threw the MP3. You threw the MP3 at them, and you can see their lights like flickering and they're going off, and they just like went black. So they had lights, but dead for now. So if you want to aim at just him, I would say it's up to you because you do have your craft skill, which is crafty helper. Whenever you succeed with style using crafts, you can get 3 invokes instead. So if you want, you can use your crafty helper on.
I'll do that.
Okay. Otherwise, I say shoot. Okay. So you're gonna throw that against his. You can try to dodge that. All right. As I mentioned, if you want, you can poke the EMP in order to further that, or we can just. Well, you want to use that?
Or you can say, or you can just.
So you beat him by 2. If you beat him by more than 3, you succeed the style, which is good. It's very good for you.
Maybe I'll do that then.
Okay, excellent. So we'll go ahead and use that. So they are still EMP'd. So keep that in mind. They are still EMP'd. But I'm going to put that up here. Say that the room is EMP'd. No one in particular is EMP'd, but the room is. The front man, though, he's going to have a new added aspect. So if you want, because it was aimed at just him, Nara, what do you want the aspect on him to be? Like you're trying to disrupt his systems, right?
Call it call it malware.
Sure.
Do we know which one had the weapon that worked with, even though the EMP went off?
It's difficult to tell who it was, but you could probably surmise.
Like,
It
did
is-
Gigi tell me since she popped her head in there?
Gigi,
I mean, she
roll
got
me.
shot at, so she should know who.
Roll me
shot at
notice.
her.
Roll me notice, Gigi. We're trying to just beat a 2. No, she can't tell you.
Thanks, Gigi.
Well,
I didn't have too quick.
next
Gigi
time,
tried.
next time it comes around, I could probably scan for that sort of thing.
Definitely.
So.
Who should go next? Nara.
So who was before me?
Gigi.
It was Gigi. So how about
Aldous Rider. Okay. So Aldous will go next, but first, one of them is going to pop their head out. You can tell they only have a pistol. They're actually going to shoot at you, Nara. They're only going to get a +2 on this. All right. Can you beat a 0? Athletics.
I believe.
for athletics?
For athletics. Can you beat a 0?
And
Oh no.
Okay.
That's not good at all.
Do you wish to burn a fate point? Like I said, this room is well defended.
Yeah, you should definitely burn a paper.
You can burn a fate point to reroll if you wish.
okay. So I'm trying to.
You are being shot at. He's dipping his head out, and he pulled out a pistol. And he's like, boom, 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 boom. And as he's shooting, basically you're gonna get hit for 3 damage. Yes.
Could I duck behind the passed out guy?
That would be. That would be.
That would not give me enough to pass it, though, right?
Okay, so to be really clear with how damage works, damage in this game is not binary.
Right.
So you take an amount of damage equal to the number of shifts. So with this, you take 3 shifts of damage. If you re-roll, and let's say, or use the +2, for example, let's say you get a -1. You only take 1 shift of damage. So no matter what, you always take some damage unless you beat me, and then you don't take any damage.
Right.
So if you
so
re-roll and
the
get a 1.
re-roll would be to attempt to beat you.
Correct, yes. Basically, it would lower the amount of damage you're currently taking, so you can burn a fate point in order to, because we'll say you had to get relatively close, and the dude's kind of not far away, but he's further away, since you're still in the process of getting back to him. So if you use a fate point, you can use the room's aspect well defended in order to...
I'll attempt it.
Sure. All right, that is better. All right, I'll add well defended here, so you guys know it's there. And it's no free invokes because it's its own unique thing. I will say, while you are running out, I'm going to burn one of my fate points to do more damage. So I got a 2, you got a -1, so that's still a shift of 3, but that's good because you reduced the damage by 2. So Nara, go ahead and take, what is that? How much? Is that still 3 shifts of damage, right? Yeah. All right, so Nara, take 3 shifts of damage.
So that would have to be like 1 physical stress and like a mild consequence or something.
So it's up to you. You have a 1 slot, a 2 slot, and a 3 slot. If it's 3 shifts, you can take just the 3 shift for physical stress. You can. I wouldn't recommend touching your consequences unless you absolutely have to, because those linger.
I'll do the number 3 then.
Yeah. So it's safest. So in the system, you always want to go for the stress bar first because it's safest.
Okay.
The mild consequences, I can invoke those. So if I shoot you and you're bleeding, I can invoke bleeding on you and do more damage. So it's literally a spiral of death. It just gets worse and worse and worse. All right, so that was backup 1.
That's why you don't drop your hostage.
That was backup 1 going. Well, you're backing your hostage and you're fine. And you didn't take that much damage, so you're good. You would have taken 5 if you didn't do that. That would hurt.
Yeah.
So, good choice. That was a great choice.
Well, I'm not gonna leave the hostage again.
No worries. All right, Aldris, you see a man dip his head out and fire upon your ally as she dives behind some chairs. Unfortunately, some of the bullets graze her. What do you do?
I want to use my new thing that I just added.
All right, going for all 3 of them?
For my original trick of black hole in the middle of the room. Try to pull them all in.
All right, so let me ask this. Are you trying to affect the whole room or specifically the 3 of them?
The 3 people, but it's just like a black hole pulling them in.
Okay, perfect. There is a distinction, but that's perfect. So we are targeting all 3 of them, so fire that bad boy off, and it should automatically add +2 if you roll it directly from Magical Disruption Exploit. It did. Excellent.
Ooh, 3 minuses. Fortunate.
That is indeed 3 minuses. You can always burn a fate point if you wish, because I'm going to roll against it now. How do you wish to divide this? And of course, you can use
fate point and re-roll it first.
Okay, go for it.
Did it go?
The fate point went down.
Button.
There we go. All right, 5. It's better.
That's a little bit better.
Hey, everyone, and if you want, you can also invoke the malware.
I guess I'll do that too.
Okay, that would be against him specifically, but yeah.
Yeah. But I'll do. Oh god. 3 on the like boss man.
Okay.
And the rest split between the other 2.
Okay. My brain is not working. How much would that be? All right, so if we add 2, that's 7, so 3, so 2 and 2. Okay, so 3 on boss man, 2 on backup, 2 on backup.
Yeah.
All right. All right, they will try to use their athletics to dodge this. As Aldris, you unfortunately have to run up to the door and just like, and you just pull them to the center of the room as this well of gravity begins to drag all 3 men to the center of the room. All right, we're gonna roll with the front man first. He needs to beat a 3. He did not. Then we'll do backup 1 and backup 2. Okay, and excellent.
Hey.
Excellent. They all failed. Okay. So this wasn't damage, right? You were just trying to suck?
No, I was trying to suck him to the middle of the room, like pull him out of position.
Okay. None of those were succeeding with advantage or with style. That's perfectly fine. So we can create an aspect with 1 free invoke basically on all of them. So this is awkward, but we will say I'll just throw 3 on it.
The big suck.
All right, this is on everybody, so you can only use it on each guy once because I'm not putting the big suck on here 3 times, so that's a lot of suck. Alrighty, so obviously Ryder's next. Currently the lad is being sucked, so he's going to try to actually break his way out of it. You applied 2 to him, so I'll say he just needs to beat a 2 to get out. All right, well, he tied, so I can succeed at a minor cost. I will go ahead and do that, Mr. Backup 2. Where are you? Backup 2, where are you, nerd? All right, I'll go ahead and take some. Oh shit, already damaged. Oh, ha ha ha! That was Kevin. Okay, that's funny. All right, I'll go ahead and say he takes some stress from that, but he's able to get out of it. So we'll lower the big suck by 1. All right, so on his turn, all he did was overcome. So he doesn't get to attack or anything. He just gets to overcome. All right, Ryder.
All right. Crack my knuckles.
This is a bad situation for them.
It's gonna get worse for them in a second.
All right.
All right, so like I said, I crack my knuckles and I hop over my table that I was hiding under, and I'm gonna casually walk into the room like a badass.
Okay. You
with
see
my
2
gun
men
pointed
being
at
pulled
them.
to the center of a giant black hole while one managed to roll away.
And I'm gonna look at them and be like I said, this isn't gonna end well for you. And I'm gonna aim at backup number 2 because I'm trying to teach Frontman a lesson. He needs to listen to somebody who threatens them.
All right, real quick. Backup 2 escaped from the black hole.
Oh, my bad. Okay, backup 1. Sorry, you switched them around.
Yeah, I moved him so they're on the side of the demo.
My bad. Because backup 2 was on the other side.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I moved him away from it, so it's easier. Yeah.
I'm gonna aim at backup number 1, and I'm gonna shoot him.
All right. Go ahead and roll me some shoot, my dude. Woo. Alrighty. Do you wish to invoke the big suck?
Yes.
All right, we will invoke the big suck. All right, that should bring your roll to a 7. So that's a shift of 4. That is a rather large shift. Can he take that? I'm gonna go with no, he cannot. All right. So with that,
Wait, he dead?
so I guess to reiterate on how fate works, when someone is taken out of battle, you can choose to kill them, or they're just quote unquote taken out. So basically what that means is
I can choose with what I just say next if he dies or not.
Yes. So let me be super clear though. When someone's taken out of battle, I can't cinematically have him come back unless someone like heals him. So if he's taken out, he's effectively dead. So if I take out Aldris, I don't have to kill him. I can say he's out of combat. That means you can still talk, but you're basically knocked out, or you're so weakened you can't do anything. So that's effectively how the game works, and that basically creates the tone of the game. So if you want, you can just say your shot kills him. Otherwise, you can say he's just so mortally injured he can't fight.
Can I describe what I do?
Go for it.
All right, cool. So I walk in and I say what I just said. This is why you should listen to me. And I'm be like, I'm gonna ask this one more time, and I'm gonna point to backup number 1. I'm just gonna just clean one shot right through the helmet.
Okay.
Just right through, crack, blood, all that fun stuff. I'm be like, why are you on the spaceship? Thing.
He attempts to move out of the way, but with your quick shot, he is very quickly taken down. The room will still be EMP'd for one more round, of course. And as you say that, Ryder, the front man who's still struggling to get away from this big suck, it's pulling him hard, but not so hard that he can't, control himself fully. You can tell that his suit is messed up as well, so he's trying to communicate with you, but it's relatively difficult because of what Nare did to him. You can see him gain control of his facilities for but a moment. And looking at you, Ryder, he says, "We were tasked to come here and pick something up, to kill anyone who got in our way."
Well, it looks like you got hired by the wrong guy.
Less of a hiring and
it looks like you shouldn't have came here in the first place.
Sounds like we just chose the wrong employer, yes.
Who was your employer?
Not answering that. And you can hear some shifting. Are you in the room, by the way, Ryder? You said you walked in the room, right? Yeah. I'm
like a few steps into the door, but I'm not all the way in.
Right, yeah. But you're more in the room than you are in the other. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. When you ask who they work for, you get more of a smirk than anything else. They're obviously not going to answer. And then Ryder, across the way, go ahead and roll me notice since you are in the room. This is free.
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
All right. All I can say is that you notice the room does indeed go further to the north that way, but you can't precisely tell if there's people hiding back there or what exactly is going on there.
I'm gonna wave Gigi in.
All right. Well, keep in mind you guys are still in combat.
No, I know. I'm picking Gigi next.
Okay, GG.
I was just role playing it. Sorry.
Yep. You're good. No, you're good. Yeah, I would say GG. Don't just like walk in like, oh, the combat's over. Like they still want to kill you very clearly. Also, I guess also what I said before, if you want to actually convince them to not fight you, you're going to have to roll something to, disarm them mentally or physically. So that's also something you can do. You can beat someone with your words if you wish. That is very much an option. They still gain stress. They still gain consequences.
Are they tied down yet, or?
Backup
One's
one is
knocked
free.
out, one's dead.
One's dead. Knocked out guy is knocked out, and the front man is being sucked to the center of the room. For now.
Can I shoot my marshmallow at the lose free guy again?
At the one that escaped,
Yeah.
you can if you wish. Yeah, that would just be a straight up shoot roll. Since we tie when you attack, you can gain a boost, or of course you can. Technically, you can
Can she invoke the big suck?
No, because he's no longer sucked.
Oh, damn.
You can invoke the EMP. That costs a fate point.
Sure.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and charge 1 fate point, and we'll add a +2 to that, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is 2 shifts of damage on backup number dose. Oh, he's already taken damage. Oh, guess what? He's Dunsky.
He's dead.
Well, not necessarily. So you shot him with your goo, right?
Yeah.
Are you killing him with your goo, or are you
No.
just pinning him to the wall?
My coup is my.
Coop.
My coup is meant to capture.
Okay, so that is indeed what happens.
You essentially goo him too much, and now he literally cannot move.
Yes. Exactly.
All right.
I'm gonna look over to you and be like, well, that works.
All right. So rather than killing him, Georgiana, also go ahead and say who's next.
Who captured?
Aldris.
All right. He is now removed from combat. He would have normally have gone next. I'll have the front man go next instead. The goo captured lad is, unfortunately for him, plastered to the wall. Georgiana, as you kind of whip around the corner and it just plasters him against the wall with this goo that just slowly expands, and he starts to kind of escape as it just like.
I said Gigi's in the room with me, right?
Did you want to go in the room, Georgiana, or did you want to just like pop in and pop out?
I popped in and popped out.
Okay, so she's still in the primary facility area.
Okay.
All right, so the front man is just going to go ahead and draw a weapon, Ryder, and he will charge.
Can I say something before, like roleplay wise, before
Yes,
he?
of course.
All right. So once he gets gooed, I'm be like, so the question again: who are you working for?
Eat shit, asshole! As he runs at you with this long bladed weapon.
Oh, so the big suck is done. He's not sucked anymore.
So basically, the way it works is he is being sucked, but if you choose to invoke it, then it works on him. If that makes any sense.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So you can't just CC someone in this game and they're just like, I can't move forever, but it has a free invoke.
I was just curious. I didn't know how it worked.
Basically, he's being pulled, and when you invoke it, you get a +2. So effectively,
Wait, so he
it's
pulled out a
attack.
sword thingy.
He pulls out a sword and charges you.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, oh, I like sword fighting.
I'm using a fate point for that. Jesus. There we go. Okay, 5. So you can defend yourself with fight. All right.
Can I use a fate point?
Okay, hold up. You can use a lot of things. So you can invoke the big suck if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do that, which is you +2. So for my
And malware.
yes, for my my consciousness, I think I can do it in the rolling. Except this rolling thing is backwards. I don't know why. It's really annoying. Let's say, we're not re-rolling writing +2. Reroll the fate point. Take on actions +2. There we go. Wait. I did that. Okay, cool. All right. So, yeah, there we go. That updated. Cool. All right. Using the big suck, upgraded the what you call it to 4. This shouldn't actually manually take one of your fate points, and you're going to use the malware as well.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you using it? Because he is attacking you with a weapon.
What kind of weapon is it?
It's a bladed weapon, so it's not technical.
Laser
at all.
blade or normal blade?
It's laser. But
I'm gonna make
still
it
works for
like
now.
malfunction for a second so I can pull my sword out.
Perfect. Okay. So that triggers as well. All right. So this shouldn't actually take one of your fate points away. That's actually. Oh, it did. Shit. Okay. That's annoying. Fate point. There we go. Okay. That's really cool. That actually updates the role in chat. This is paid invoke. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Sorry. That's really cool. You can do all your rolling from here. That's actually really nifty. There's also a reroll button. That's very cool. Okay, sorry. I'm really impressed with whoever programmed this. I love you. I want to give you a big kiss. All right, he charges you with this bladed weapon, and since he is on the attack, you are indeed defending. So you defended, and you completely succeeded, meaning you entirely avoid all damage. He charges at you, but the blade flickers out for just a moment. The big suck, if you will, pulls at him, and his feet are kind of pulled up off the ground a bit, and he tries to right himself, but unfortunately, he's unable to get his weight behind the weapon, and you completely pull him off his kilter as he swings at you. All right, GG. Who's next?
That was cute. Nice
Aldous.
try.
All right, Aldous.
Oh boy.
You can do it, I
So
believe.
so what? He's like in front of Ryder now. 'Cause
Yeah.
they were-
Yeah, he's so Ryder's at the door. This guy's also at the door.
He's
You know what? I
trying
want to
to
use.
hurt me.
I want to use some goo now.
Okay.
Magic goo.
All right.
It's like
is
ghost
this an attack?
No, trying to like pin him down like the other dude.
Okay.
Just gooing him up.
All right, gooing him up. He's gonna try to dodge that. No, he's not. Okay, that is a succeed style, my friend. That is targeting one guy, so we can create an aspect with 2 free invokes.
Gooed up.
Good up. There we go. Like, how do I? All right, specifically him. He is good up. All right, who's next?
Ryder, because he's right in front of him.
All right, Ryder, get it, buddy.
So he's good up.
He's good up. Malware. Big suck is.
I'm gonna pull
still
my sword
sucking,
out.
but you need to use a fate when to use it.
I'm pull my sword out and point it to his chest,
Okay.
like right up against him. Like it's like sizzling his armor.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm gonna ask you again. Who do you work for?
He looks down at the blade, and you can see him smirk through his clear helmet. And he doesn't penetrate his armor with the blade, but he pushes into it a bit, and it like sizzles and sparks off more, and he's not answering.
Is it just you four, or is there more?
You can hear him laugh at that. The EMP is starting to wear off now. So
Cute.
you
And
actually
then
hear it over your
I
thumbs.
like full on just shove my sword into him.
Okay, roll attack. Okay. He's gonna go ahead and roll his again. I think I gave him +4. Yeah, he was fine. Okay.
Okay.
He's gooed up.
That's good. He's good up. So if you use 1 goo, that brings you up. And if you use the malware, that brings you up as well, if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So for your roll, I clicked on it wrong. Reroll. Add 2 with a free invoke. There we go. The free invoke. Free invoke. That actually puts you to 7. So you beat him by 2 shifts, which isn't a ton of damage, but it is indeed something. So we'll say with that, you do indeed strike him. He probably thinks he has the upper hand, but as you very almost too easily sneak around his defenses, you basically disarm him. And you can tell as he kind of gives you like just a shit look of like, God damn it. The EMP obviously wears off. The malware and all the EMP and everything are all gone. Technically, when these things are indeed.
Did I puncture his armor with my blade?
Okay. So you can, but I'll say mechanically, he's basically giving up.
No, like I'm not trying to kill him. I'm just
Okay.
trying to like poke him to where it's like, ow, stop.
Okay. You shove the tip of your blade in his arm somewhere where it'll seal up, and is most likely separated from the rest of his suit. So you do need to stab him, and as you pull the blade out, you see some blood float off into the ship, and he quickly grasps it, as you can hear the suit sealing itself as your blade is pulled out.
It's not looking so hot for you, man.
All right, looking at you all, he sort of pauses, being gooed up and all, and in a pretty not great position. He kind of, all right. What are we doing here?
What we're doing is you're giving us information.
As you're saying that, the knocked out guy wakes next to you, Nora.
Punch him.
You just punch him?
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
As he wakes up, you just knock him back out.
Yeah.
Oh man, Nara, you're turning me on over here.
Oh god.
Love it.
Alrighty.
Did he really get knocked out though?
No, yeah, you knocked him out.
That was the goal. Sweet.
Yeah, he's
Wasn't sure if I was gonna have to roll for that.
No, you're good. He just like wakes back up and you just boom back down to the floor. The front man sees that through the door and just kind of and
guy.
he looks to you, Ryder, and says, "Listen, I work for someone you don't want to mess with. We can part our ways now." You can see his suit's reactivating, and he kind of taps on something, and then he nods and then looks back to you, says, "Your ship's fine. She's got some pretty impressive defenses."
Oh, I know.
His lips are very hard lines. Looks to the gooed up person in the corner, and looks back to you, Ryder. And says, "It wouldn't behoove you to ask any more questions. I can pull my men out and just say this was a bust."
So you're saying there's more of you?
Yeah.
How many?
There's 3 more in the back room, and obviously my guy's outside.
Listen, I'm a fair man. I could have killed you right now.
He nods.
I'm gonna let you go, but I'm gonna give you a warning.
Yeah.
If you step foot back into this place, I will not hesitate to finish what I started.
He stands up and says, "I believe you." He looks over to the good dude in the corner and says, "How do we get him out?"
GG!
What's happening? Please, we're not
Sorry,
good.
Captain. Once he's in there, he's in there.
Well, do some melty thing to get him out, Aldrich.
I was supposed to say I could do it too.
All
I
right.
feel like doing a mouthy thing will hurt him a little bit.
Or, I don't know, a degooey
Maybe
thing.
just
like
a
a
little.
degreaser.
I'll try to do a melty thing to not kill him.
Sure.
Just a little bit of heat.
Yeah. You're able to free the fool in the corner, if you will. Looks on Goo. He's just Goo now. All right. Goo is free, but he looks pretty messed up. He's completely out of the fight, totally out of it, just in general. He's looking at the front man, and they kind of just both nod at each other, and he taps the suit again. And Ryder, you can see in the distance, in the room to the north, where you guys are currently standing, 3 dudes come out with their hands up, like, "All right, don't mean any harm. We're good, right?" They're looking at you, Ryder, like, "We're good." They stop from, like, 20, 30 feet off. They're looking at you, Ryder, and they're giving you a look like, "Is it okay?"
Oh, yeah, I just give him, like, the nod, like, go.
All right, and then the front man nods and says, "All right, yeah, like, there's guys out there, but yeah, we're good." And they start to walk out. As they look at the chump on the floor, they look to Nara. They look to him. You realize he's pretty big. You knocked out a relatively large dude. And 3 of them kind of scoot up under his arms and...
While they're doing it,
Yeah.
I pin him with a really hard stare. Like, not a glare or anything.
Yeah.
Just wide-eyed,
Yeah.
unblinking.
You give him a stare, and the rest of the guys look at you like, what in the world? Is that the chump wakes up a couple seconds later, he's like, oh, and he just kind of looks around, he turns and he locks eyes with you for a second, Nara, and you just see fear. He knows.
Wait, what?
The knocked out dude wakes up and sees you glaring at him like that, just like, oh shit!
I lift my fist.
All right, he very quickly averts his eyes away from you, as he does not want to invoke that wrath. You see all of them walk out a different way. They don't go down the same hallway y'all went, but you can assume this is the location that they decided to go down. The frontman, Goochump frontman. I'll put them over here for now. But up ahead of you is indeed the room that they were most likely waiting in to open fire.
I'm gonna turn back to the group and be like, man, sorry. I had a thing. I was about to say it, and my brain just like,
All good?
Brain no worky.
and yeah, no brain, no worky. No, I'm gonna turn back and be like, that was my serious face, not.
Very impressive, Captain.
Thank you. I gave him the spooks. Well, he got lucky. I guess his one friend didn't, though.
You say that as he kind of floats in the background, just like a trail of blood.
I will say I was really hoping for a sword fight, but it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Let's just go find this thing and get off this tin bucket.
All right.
It's like a plan.
As the 4 of you head on forward past this room, you can tell it's a little messed up. There's goo everywhere. A lot of the just various bits were pulled to the center via Aldris's black hole, which is ceased, obviously. And you see just beyond this way is indeed another room. And as you guys look around, you can see that they pushed various tables and chairs and such for a good old-fashioned shootout, one which would have very much benefited them and not so much you.
Believable tactics.
Yeah.
Wait,
And as you guys begin to look around, you can actually see at the end of the hall, there is a room that's attached to another room. And this first room, as you begin to move about a bit, you actually see a very large, long case, maybe 3 or so feet wide, about a foot tall. And it's the metal case sitting on one of the tables. And you can see it has a rather large red pentagon on it.
Ooh, dibs. I run over to it.
Okay. You know from your notes that this is indeed the weapon that your boy wanted.
Can I open it?
You may. As you walk up, you can see that it is locked, but digitally. You guys do have the code to get in.
Beep, 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 beep.
Okay. You quickly type the code in, and as you do, it opens, and you see a rather interesting looking laser rifle that is currently in pieces. It's like in 4 pieces right now.
Put them all
One
together.
person couldn't wield this unless they were quite large. This is something you would need to set down with a team, but I won't say it's unlike anything you've ever seen, but it's entirely unique.
I'm gonna assemble it and then ask Gigi to come over and help me fire it.
All right. This looks like fun.
Okay. It takes you a hot second to put this thing together, as the pieces are really heavy, actually. The unit
I
itself
know we're
is quite
supposed to
big.
like deliver this, but I really want to see what it does first.
You notice that there's a case within the case, actually, to the right, and as you pop that one open, you see 3 fuel cells that basically have a glass spiral running through it. As you open it, you're greeted with a dull blue glow emanating from all 3 of these. You can tell that these are the ammunition.
Nice.
Okay.
Put one in.
Okay, you put one in. As you and Georgiana are putting this weapon together, Aldous and Nara, what are you two doing?
Kind of watching behind us to make sure there's no one else around.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Aldous is looking. Nara, you notice first, and then Aldous notices second while they're putting this weapon together that there is a, like I mentioned before, a room beyond this one, except it actually has its lights on.
With lights on?
Yes, there are lights lining this room. It seems to be somewhat of a containment center of some variety. The lights are on, but they're not necessarily bright. This room probably has a door or a way to get in, but from what you can tell at this distance, it is essentially a containment center. Just
Did I run a
glass
scan
walls.
on it?
Yeah.
Did I decide that was notice?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna run a scan on it.
Sure. All right. You indeed sense a life form beyond the glass wall. Except your scouter is freaking out. It is feeding back one location of life, but multiple life forms. To the point where it just comes up as an error.
Like a whole bunch of life forms?
It starts off as 1, 2, 3, 4, and just jumps into infinity super quick to the point where to protect itself, the system has to just shut off.
How far away are riders?
From this thing, they're maybe 30 feet away.
Aldous is Aldous close to me?
If you want them to be, yeah.
I mean, that just sounds incredibly not good. So I want to get closer to Aldous and them. To be
You're
like,
moving
hey.
away from it? Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, hey. Y'all. Hey.
Yeah.
My scan's picking up something real weird.
Like, what kind of weird?
Like, real weird. Like a whole lot of life that's weird.
GG, you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm not sure. What are you thinking?
We can use the gun on something instead of a wall.
Oh, Captain, we should double check to make sure it's actually not dangerous first.
Yeah, but if we shoot it and then it attracts whatever's in there, then we have to reload it. I don't want to go through all that problem.
Yeah.
Maybe
I say
the
we
thing
go
in
in
there
there
is the
and
other thing
shoot
we're after.
something. Let's go take a peek first.
I guess.
Actually, let me, since stealth is my skill, could I go up there with somebody as potential protection?
Sure, I'll take you.
All right, I'm gonna
sit
up
behind
there.
the gun, arming it while you guys go take a peek.
Sure. It's over halfway complete now. It's taking a second to put together, obviously, because like I said, parts are heavy. It's just big. Go ahead and roll stealth, Nara.
Is this like a really big turret almost?
It's very, now that you're putting it together, Ryder, it's similar to a very, very large sniper rifle that would be mounted on the floor.
Got it.
You were able to get very close, Nara. And as you slink on closer and closer to this glass wall, you kind of peek over and you can see a single table in the middle of the room, and the lights are flickering a bit as if they're nearing the end of their life. And nothing's on the table. In fact, this room is very empty.
Is my scan still picking stuff up?
It effectively turned itself. It effectively turned itself off.
Can I reset it?
You do, and then as you run a second scan, it does the same thing. It senses a single life form, except this life form is directly in front of you. When I say directly in front of you, I mean through the glass, straight down. The metal rim around this thing goes up to about your chest, so you have to kind of walk up and look straight down. And as you do, you see that that's where the life form is. It is like directly down. Back in the corner of this room, you see things that look similar to those fuel cells that Ryder's loading as ammunition, but they're empty. They're just long glass containers. There's like 4 of them.
Are the fuel cells the creatures?
No. As you look down, you see the creature. It's difficult to tell exactly what it is, but it looks... Its skin is similar to... The skin is tealish. Tealish and smooth. Very smooth. Whatever creature this is, it is curled up onto itself like a sleeping cat. You can see a long tail wrapped around its body. This tail splits off into 2 more tails, and they're kind of ended in this little like floof. You're not really sure if it's actually hair or something else. The creature itself kind of has its head nuzzled into its paunches, its arms.
So it's sleeping?
It looks like it's sleeping. It's sleeping nuzzled up against the front of this metal wall. And it has 2 long ears that are pressed up against the back of its body. And its long snout is just sort of pushed down, as it's sort of sitting there. And you can see it very slowly breathing in and breathing out. And it's just sitting there.
Adoptable?
Sorry, what?
Does it look adoptable?
Does it look adoptable?
Yes.
Anything's
That
adoptable.
was like the second thing that we need to
glass.
take back to him.
You don't know what the second thing is. You just know it's weird. And it should be here. You doing what?
I'm gonna tap the glass to see if I can wake it up.
You tap the glass and hear nothing. It's almost like it completely absorbs the sound. You kind of tap a little bit harder, and you see the creature shift. And as it looks up to you, it actually looks very similar to a somewhat larger Earth fennec fox.
Oh, cute!
Fennec foxes.
That's adorable!
It tilts its head as it looks up
Maybe
at
it
you.
should be adopted. It's what?
It tilts its head as it looks up at you. And you can see it's a split tail just starts like whack as it's watching you.
I tilt my head and I wave at it.
It probably makes a noise as it opens its mouth, but you don't hear it.
It opens its mouth.
Yeah, but you don't hear
What
anything.
does its mouth look like?
Inside its mouth it's lined with like little sharp fangs. Its tongue is
bunch of
black,
them.
and the inside of its mouth is black, like black.
This sounds
And
dangerous.
the teeth are completely white.
Yes, this sounds dangerous.
I want it.
Let's go pet it!
I want to pet it.
And that's how they both died.
I'm gonna radio them and be like, "Hey, what are you guys seeing in there?"
Can I send him a video?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna send him a little clip.
All right, you get a quick clip of this small fox-like alien creature, Ryder.
I tell him to come back so we can shoot the wall, and then we're gonna go back over there.
Captain, can we keep it?
Possibly, but that might be the second thing that we need to bring back to Teve.
Is it just one of them, or is it a whole bunch of them?
There's only one. And your scanners are very accurately picking up the exact location, which is directly where it is. If anything, it moved to the right, it moves to the left a little, and your scanner's following it, but almost instantly erroring out to protect itself from overloading. But it's scanning like an infinite amount of life forms coming from its exact location. And you've recalibrated it, you've tested over and over, it's working.
All right. This is
It is a little alarming.
yeah.
Do they head
Thank
back
you.
over here, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, by the time you guys have headed back, Riders put the whole weapon together.
All right, I'm gonna shoot the wall. You guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Which wall are you shooting?
Wall to our left.
Okay. So I guess let me rephrase. Are you firing in towards the facility or outwards? Sorry, what?
What do you mean?
Okay, so when you're inside the facility, you guys are the mess hall was near the center of this facility. So are you aiming back from where you guys came from? Or are you firing basically
Near
outwards
a
into
wall.
space? Right. Yeah, but you're surrounded by walls. So are you shooting toward the center of the facility, toward the mess hall, or outwards into space?
Outwards into space, preferably.
Yeah. So imagine the square you guys are in is the facility. You guys are basically located like here-ish, where where everybody is here in the corner.
Okay, if Nara is where the Fennec Fox is, and Gigi is where we just came from, what would that look like?
This, basically. So if you fired north, you'd be firing out into space. If you fired here, you'd be firing through the middle of the facility. It'd shoot through more walls, but yeah.
To my right, would it hit a wall?
No matter where you shoot, you're going to hit a wall. Basically, I'm asking, are you firing directly? Let me put it this way. If you fire like directly into space, you will open a hole that will just let you float out back to your ship. And you know from the layout that there's like one room next to this one, but after that, you're in space.
So you're saying that strong to puncture a hole?
You don't know. Probably. It's a huge weapon, dude. This thing's massive.
I think we should aim it towards the middle, see how many walls it can shoot through.
I go with Aldris's plan.
Okay, so you shoot towards the middle to basically see how many walls it can shoot through. And as Ryder fires this weapon, the answer to that question is a resounding yes.
All of them.
All of them. Ryder, this thing kicks into your shoulder. It doesn't dislocate it, but you're gonna take 2 physical stress from just firing this weapon. I've already marked it for you. Yeah, it hurts, but you're able to kind of hold it down. And not only that, but the mounts that you had to put together, there were multiple. So there's like 2 at the tip, and then 2 more, then 2 more. So there's a total 6 holding this thing down. As you pulled the trigger, the whole thing just like and just like loads up and just like loads and loads and loads, and you can actually hear the mounts on this weapon like ka-chunk and cut into the metal to hold this thing still. And you're worried for a moment, maybe as you're holding this trigger, like, when's it gonna fire? But you know it's gonna shoot in a second. And as you fire this weapon, it just like huge, just like beam of energy just fires from this thing. And there's no air in here, obviously, but the force of it causes Georgiana, Aldris, and Nara to get knocked back as Ryder's almost holding on to this thing. As if, you were to be knocked back by a shockwave. The weapon being mounted into the floor is actually preventing you from being knocked back, Ryder. Just you holding on to it. And this beam grows forth from the muzzle of this thing, from the barrel. And it grows from like an inch in diameter to 2 to 3 to 4. And it is just this massive laser that fires from this thing and knocks you all back. And it pierces through 1 wall, 2 wall, 3 wall. It just keeps going. It with almost no resistance. It just goes. And then when the dust settles, you can hear the weapon kind of and then die down.
Woo,
Be like,
Captain, that's really awesome.
It's difficult to see because there's no light here, but you can almost see clean through every single wall into space. You can see stars if you line up right.
Gigi, what'd you say?
We need one of those.
Yeah, I definitely want one of these. All right, let's pack it back up and go try to free that fox thing.
Okay.
Okay. It'll take a hot second to fix that. Put it together. Put it away, of course. How are we breaking this fox out? It's gone back to sleep mode. He's just chilling.
I have no idea.
So
Can
okay, so everything's packed back in, right?
It'll take a hot minute, but yeah.
Okay. Well, can you describe like the room when we get there, so I can see like what we're working with?
The room with the fox in it?
Yes.
Yeah, basically you're in a large rectangular room. In one corner is this glassed off section where the fox is. And then looking around, you see various counters and such where they most likely would have done research and look over the various notes and whatnot. You can see some rooms that branch off from this one. But, for the most part, this whole room is just a bunch of tables that are just empty and cabinets that are empty.
No, like computers or anything that's like linked to the...
Everything was taken. Like I said, they didn't leave in a hurry. They intentionally left this facility. It's literally just a shell of a facility.
Okay.
Why would they leave the fox thing behind?
Looking closer at it, you can actually see that this isn't supposed to be here, almost as if it was erected after to keep it here.
I'm gonna take my...
The metal seams aren't natural with the rest of this facility. They're different.
I'm gonna take my laser sword out and try poking the glass to see what happens.
Okay. You attempt to poke at the glass, and your sword just bounces off.
So I can't even melt through it?
Nope, bounces right off.
Okay. Second plan. I'm gonna take out this little like kind of like futuristic C4, and I'm gonna put it at the like one corner where the fox isn't. And I'm gonna try to blow it to see what happens.
Okay. As everyone clears way and Ryder places his explosives, they do indeed go off, and you can hear the metal buckle a little bit, but the glass is fine, weirdly. There's obviously, you know, some leftovers from the actual explosion itself, but the glass is fine. It looks very thick from various angles. There's something definitely special about this glass. It's not just glass.
Guys, I think I know what we have to do.
Oh, what?
Reassemble the gun!
Oh no.
Captain, I'm pretty sure you'll kill the creature.
Not if we shoot.
Not if he misses.
Not at it, because the glass is big, right? There's quite a bit of room.
It's big, but it'd be hard to miss the creature.
Oh,
Don't we
okay.
have a limited amount of ammo with that?
2.
Oh, after the one we shot or including the one we shot?
You have 3. You used 1.
So we have 2 left.
Correct.
I don't know
And
if we
so
should
the,
use
so the cage that it's in is too small for us to shoot the thing, as you're saying.
Yes.
So, is there like what is behind him? Is it just like a wall?
So looking at the actual creature, it looks like this thing, whatever it was erected. As I mentioned, there's a hunk of metal near the bottom, and then above it is glass. The metal comes up to about mid-chest height or so. Inside is a table. This metal actually folds all the way around and touches the walls on the outside, so you couldn't shoot from out to come in either. You'd hit the same wall. Looking at...
Wait, is this a tube or is it against the wall?
It's a square that's against the wall. It's a giant glass and metal square that initially looked like it was part of this facility, but now that you're looking at it, it looks like it's kind of melded with the facility in a way to make it look like it belonged here, but it definitely does not. It is entirely different in terms of structure. Looking at the actual setting in general, there's potentially a panel or a way to get it to like turn off from the outside near the metal. But it's part of this thing, and it's all closed up, and it's not
Can you do
off
any,
necessarily, but yeah.
Can you do any magical stuff to see if you can get rid of that glass?
Bird boy.
Burp, burp, burp.
Somebody's being talked to.
Wrong bird.
I cast bird. I invoke the law of bird. Maybe
Have
not.
more.
Bird, bird, bird. Because I do have an answer to this question.
Bird is the word.
There we go. All right, Birdman, what do you do?
So what happened?
Oh, I was asking you if you can do some magical stuff to get us through that glass.
Can I like shrink the glass?
You can attempt to, yeah. Go ahead and roll your magic.
Or polymorph the glass into something?
As you attempt to shrink or displace the glass, you see your magic start to take form. As you do, Aldris, the creature on the inside, which has now rolled into a little taquito again, unrolls himself quickly, and he looks up, and his ears begin to kind of like wave.
Like freedom.
And as you're casting this, you actually, in a way, Aldris, feel your magic being pulled from you and like siphoned, and you can see that the magic is actually seeping through this wall. And following its trajectory, you can see that it's actually flowing into the creature. Its skin begins to glow as it effectively absorbs, at least temporarily, absorbs your magic. And its little, now that you're looking at it, on top of it, it's 2 very large and fluffy question mark ears. It has 2 little, basically alien antennas kind of popping off from its forehead. The tips of those begin to glow. They were kind of pushed in before, but they grow out a bit. It almost looks like you're feeding it, if anything, because the creature looks somewhat happier. Its
thing is probably here for a reason.
Its pale skin begins to grow more lifelike. It looks less like rubber, and wet's maybe the wrong term. Moist probably isn't any better, but I think you know what I mean. It doesn't look so dried out. And the creature actually this doesn't feel bad, Aldris. The creature looks happy, if anything. It looks a little more chipper. It doesn't go right back immediately into its little sleeping position. And you don't feel drained of magic. You just felt like you fed it.
But that's never happened before.
You look at the creature, and there's a weird connection between the two of you. As it looks at you, you sense something in it that you've not sensed in anyone for a long time.
Bum bum bum.
Well, it kind of ate my magic, so I don't know how we're gonna get in there if I can't just get rid of the glass.
I'm sorry, it what?
It ate it.
Okay. Is there anything that Nara can hack?
I can hack anything.
Come on, woman, do your magic.
As you say that, there is indeed a panel that she could probably hack into, but the creature starts kind of looking around a bit, and then he kind of goes up, puts his paws up on the metal, and he just starts like walking up the side vertically. And you guys can just see his belly, his tum, as he kind of starts walking up on the glass.
And like kind of give him a wave to like, come here.
He follows your finger, and you actually see him lick at the glass. And as he does, the glass just like evaporates as if it were an ice cream, as if it were ice cream or like a cream or something. And he just starts like licking it where your finger is on the glass, and he's licking through the glass.
Oh my.
Am I able to like, is there enough glass melted away where I can like pet his head?
No, the glass is maybe like 8 inches thick.
Okay.
But he's about halfway through. As his tongue is just basically
I'm gonna egg
burning
him
through
on.
this glass.
Like, come on, keep doing it.
He starts like clawing at it, and he's almost just like pushing through it, and he very quickly just like licks a hole in the glass for him to escape. And he starts to like puts his like muzzle in it, and then like wiggles, and then turns and like scoots out, and the creature closes its eyes, and its skin begins to like whoop, 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 and you see just color flowing throughout this creature's hide as it closes its eyes, and its little antennae kind of like flow left and flow right, and you can feel Aldris that it is asking for more from you.
Give him more.
Okay. As you feed more magic to this creature, you can almost feel its happiness, and not just Aldris, everybody can. And the creature's hide actually just ends up melting through this glass. You notice the metal was fine, but for some reason he's just like butter, like a knife through butter, just right through. And he kind of plops out to the other side, and his hide continues to glow and pulsate as he starts to kind of walk around, and he looks at the four of you and he's like, yep. He's just looking at you guys.
I pet him.
Aw, he's cute.
Can we
Hey, how big is this thing?
It is about the size of a standard fox.
Let me
Oh,
pet.
it's not very big.
No,
Head.
it's like up to your knee, if anything. You pet small boy, and he nuzzles into your hand. His hide is very strange. It's both furry and slick at the same time, almost as if he's trying to emulate what fur would feel like. It's very odd. As you pick him up, he kind of wriggles in your arms and then like hops back out. He doesn't really want to get picked up, but he doesn't mind being pet.
Okay, well, Ip, come on, follow me. All right, guys, let's go back to the ship.
The creature just kind of looks around and then, all right, and then just kind of starts following you guys. And you realize for a moment that there's no air in the ship, but the creature doesn't seem to mind.
I love this little guy. I really do.
And he just starts following you guys.
All right.
Cute. I don't know if I want to give this to Teve.
I mean,
Is that the other thing we're supposed to be getting?
we could always say we didn't find it.
You've never seen something like this in your entire life, ever. Also, Aldris, you've never felt a connection to anyone or anything like this. And it's not necessarily an emotional connection. It's something deeper than that. Something different.
Are we close to the hallway where the hole is?
The original one? Or
Like
the
where
one
we
the one
came
the one
in?
that you shot?
No, the one that exits to our ship.
You guys are moving through the primary facility now, and you guys will be there in like 2 seconds, yeah. Basically, just tell me your intention. If you guys want to leave, you
Do
can
I
leave.
see like a fuel line anywhere?
You do see where one would be, but you know this station is indeed long abandoned. What are you trying to find exactly?
I'm trying to blow the facility up while we leave.
It wouldn't have anything of like that in it. All of its gas, all of its power would have been drained, as that would have been a waste to leave it here.
I mean, if there's nothing here, there's no reason to blow it up.
Yay, except Big Bang.
Cover up the evidence.
Boom, bam, pow.
What evidence? There's just a corpse floating around that you shot.
Well, not that evidence. I meant the the creature evidence.
I guess. We could just try to blow up that part with the Kabuto.
Okay, back to the ship.
Okay. As you guys move back to the ship, who goes up into the hole first? The ceiling hole?
Me.
Okay. As you move up, Ryder, you see it's still full of that foam. Did you have any cute way that this dispenses, or do you just have like something that you just tell the Kabuto to deactivate it and just like...
The Kabuto just shoots another thing that dissolves it.
Okay. You
I just
command...
Oh, wait.
What?
I just want to say that Nar is gonna make it into like a candy dispenser.
Make what?
Just, whatever is happening here.
Okay. As you all
Cooler setup.
as you all begin to move forward, you tell the Kabuto to dispense, and it takes longer than it should to respond. You wait. You send the order again, and it does it, and it begins to melt. Begins to melt away. You don't receive a response from the Kabuto.
That's probably bad.
Hey,
More
Nara, you're gonna have to do a
interference.
diagnostic when we get up there to make sure the Kabuto is running good.
This happens sometimes with the engine you guys install, unfortunately.
I'll figure it out.
As you guys breach and head back into space, Ryder, the first thing that you see is a massive barrel pointed directly at you. And beyond the barrel, you see 1, 2, 3, etc., mechs, all surrounding the Kabuto. One of them in particular aiming its very large rifle at the hole that you all are all coming out of. With a quick glance, you look into the distance, and you can see a mech floating with a massive hole in it. We'll go ahead and pause the session there for now.
As expected.
No.
Typical.
Wait.
I think we made someone angry.
So we're coming out of
Nah.
the hole up to the Kabuto, and we're seeing mechs in front of us.
Yes, basically, as you pop your head out, there's a big barrel just aiming at your face.
And in the distance, there's like a dead mech.
There's a mech
around.
floating with a hole in its like chest. Yeah,
Nice.
a hole that's suspiciously the same size as the cannon that you might have fired. Oops.
Love
I
it.
wonder where that came from.
I honestly I couldn't tell you. I got no idea.
See, what happened was
What happened was, well, in that case, no, never mind. We'll come back to this next week.
Indeed. We shall indeed come back to this next week. For those of you that have floating stunts and extra ones, you guys should have 4 now. If you can think of something cool, you're more than welcome to add something. But until then, it's been very fun. And I catch you guys all next Wednesday.